Welcome to the Next Dimension Podcast, your portal to an extended reality. Every week we talk about the hottest topics in XR and let you join the discussion live on MRTV. And now, get ready for another exciting episode coming up.
Hi, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 8 of the Next Dimension Podcast, your podcast that's all about VR and AR. And he is back. Steve, VR Flight Sim guy is back. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Sebastian. It's great to be back on the channel again. Thank you very much for having me.
Great. Looking forward to our talk here. And also back, Simplex. Simplex, how are you doing?
Hi, Sebastian. Great. I'm great. Thanks for the invitation. That was very happy email that I got today.
Great. I'm looking forward to speak with both of you, of course, about all the exciting topics. Yeah, and the show is hosted by me, Sebastian Ang. I'm founder of MRTV and the host of this podcast. So, for all of you out there who don't know this podcast, this is being live streamed every Saturday at 9 p.m. Warsaw. And right, 9 p.m. Warsaw time, right? Simplex.
Yes, same.
Or
same
Krakow.
Time. Krakow. Yeah, we have the same. We have the same.
Yeah,
zone.
exactly. 9 p.m. Berlin, 8 p.m. in London, noon in San Francisco, and 3 p.m. in New York City. And well, this is a live stream, but you can also listen to it as an audio podcast everywhere where you can find podcasts like Google, Alexa, iTunes, Spotify, and so on and so forth. And if you enjoy this podcast and if you listen to it like every Saturday, then it would be amazing if you would give us a 5-star review, like for example on iTunes. So get out your iPad or your iPhone, open the podcast app and find us and give us a 5-star review. That will help us. They will truly help us to get the word out. Also, you can do some kind of, how would you call it? Do you call it mouth-to-mouth propaganda? That's how we call it in Germany. If you,
Sounds a bit
Word of mouth.
word of mouth, yeah, okay. Propaganda,
that's
that was our German thing, before. Yeah, so
Depends how many beers you've had before.
word of mouth, exactly. Tell people about this brilliant podcast. That would be very nice of you. Yeah, okay, cool. So today we have some exciting topics, some smaller ones, like we were going to talk about the Black Friday deals. Some are still on, even though Black Friday was yesterday. And now there's Cyber Monday, right? So yeah, some good deals to be had in virtual reality. Then we're going to talk about the HTC, the new HTC headset that was leaked by Bradley. So he called it the Vive Flowcus because it is quite like a mix between HTC Focus 3 and Vive Flow. And we're going to look at the specs, at the leaked specs, and we're going to talk about the device. Then we're going to talk about two other devices that I checked out. Actually, here.
What were they?
In this
I have no idea what they could be.
Yeah, I can tell you. It is the Pimax Portal and the Pimax Crystal.
You nearly said 8KX then. You nearly said it.
Yeah, so of course the Pimax Roadshow is on tour. They are now in Holland. They have been here in Dortmund in this studio for the last 2 days, and it was brilliant. It was fantastic. So many people saw the devices. I saw them. Yeah, we had a great time with the Pimax team here. I showed them a good time here in Germany, obviously. So it was really good. We had a great time. Yep, so we're going to talk about my experiences with those devices, and I'm looking forward to answer your questions. You probably have some questions about the devices. Yeah, really cool. That was fun. So now let's directly get into it. So, Steve, tell us, what have you been up to in the last months since we talked? Man, it has been quite a while.
It has been a while, actually. But yeah, I've been busy VRing as usual. And, I think probably the two most main things that I've been doing since the show. I can't remember when I was last on this, actually. It was a while ago, wasn't it?
I think it's the first time that you're here in season 3, man, I think.
Oh, so bad. I do apologize. I've been really busy, actually. I've been gigging quite a lot at the weekends.
You told
my band.
me.
So that's, been sort of taken a lot of my time at the weekend. But I did actually, I'll quickly mention, I did go see Vario in Finland a few weeks ago now. And it was just the most amazing time because I was able to see sort of what it was like, you know, to go behind the scenes at Vario and see what it was like there. And yeah, it was fantastic. I've got an even more respect for what they're doing now, actually, because just meeting the team, and they're all like flight simmers and race simmers, just like we are. You know, they've got that huge passion behind, you know, their day-to-day jobs and stuff. And it was just so cool. I was able to try out their motion rig, which was the first time I've never tried a motion platform before. So to try that at Vario was quite a special moment for me. So that was really cool.
Nice. Did you go to the sauna?
The what? Sorry,
the sauna. Don't they do this in Finland?
No, I'm sure. Oh, they do, but it's not my kind of thing. To be fair, I was so busy. I was just at Vario literally like from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6-7 o'clock at night, and then we just went had something to eat, and then that was it. I was zonked, and then we did that again the next day, and then I went back home again. So, and we did a live stream as well, so I got the chance to sort of. It was quite funny because I was chatting with UC, which is one of the main guys in Vario. But I thought the idea was I was going to interview them, but they kind of interviewed me, which was quite funny. but no, I managed to get some interesting questions to them, and just the whole thing was just very, very cool. I got a chance to try motion reprojection for the Vario Aero.
Okay, cool.
Which is a big thing that you know we've been waiting for quite a while now. And the reason why it's taking so long because it's an internal effort for them. You know, a lot of these companies like Pimax and that, they'll probably have an external provider that will help them out, but they're doing this completely internally. And from what I've seen so far, I'm very, very impressed with the motion prediction that I've seen. In fact, it's the best I've seen actually so far. A lot less artifacts than you'd get from other sort of software from, say, Windows Mixed Reality and even Meta or Oculus, whatever you want to call it these days. So yeah, I was really impressed with that. I tried the XR3 as well.
Okay.
That headset, oh my God, it's the best VR headset known to man. I mean, I can't imagine anything ever beating that anytime soon. Obviously, it's a commercial device, so it's way beyond our pay grade, you know, but to be able to try a pass-through resolution of 75 pixels per degree, human eye resolution, and then be able to add things into your environment. Like I tried the F-18 Hornet off the carrier, and then I had like this checklist system attached to my leg that I was able to, like, you know, flick pages. Like so it was basically a real book, you know, that I was able to look at in VR as well as fly the aircraft sort of thing. So that's, I don't know, I had a glimpse really, I think, of where VR is going within the next 10 years. I'm hoping so. So that was really cool as well. So yeah, a very, very memorable trip. And I was very, very lucky to be able to go there really and check out. And I'll have plenty of videos actually of some of these things on the channel in the sort of coming weeks as well. So yeah,
okay, cool.
It was excellent. It's really cool.
Nice. Probably in the future, I also have the chance to go there.
I hope so, Seb, because, you know, yeah, I hope that, I'm sure that will happen because you're going to love it there. You know, incredible.
I have a friend who lives very close to the Vario office. I have to, but he's not a huge VR nerd, so I have to like convince him to do that for me. I will live vicariously through him.
You live through him.
Yes, definitely. Exactly. But I just feel everyone has to like try the XR3. I think everyone has to see it just to see where VR is going in the future, because that pass-through, man, oh my God, like eye resolution. It was just amazing. I was just looking at like my surroundings. I was in VR, but then I could see like Melissa, because she came with me, and I could see like other people in my space and their faces and everything. They were all like completely like eye resolution. It was just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing.
Was it possible to do mixed reality and like put VR objects on this view?
Yeah, in fact, there was one thing where I was in this green room and they had some objects that were real and ones that was just like, you know, rendered, and I actually couldn't tell which ones were real and which ones were rendered.
Meta-humans.
Yeah, well, no, we didn't do humans, unfortunately.
But, you know,
I'm not sure like graphics are that good yet, to be honest.
At one point you would be unable to, you know, pretty humans there, right?
That would be pretty scary, yeah. But I think it was like a scanned sofa, and they had two that were pretty much the same. And as I was feeling one, yeah, that's the real one. And then I went to feel the other one, and my hand just went right through it. I was like, whoa, that's just weird. So crazy. I've never had a VR experience or XR experience like that where I really did start to question what was real and what wasn't. I've never had that before. I don't know if you guys have ever had that moment, but
XR
I just
Turing
think,
test, great name. XR Turing test.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
those. I love those
cool.
XR3 demos. I also did them somewhere in some country, which I don't remember now. Probably the States. And yeah, like when you see the people there and through the glasses, right? And then suddenly they turn on VR, and it's crazy. It's a cool demo. I love the XR3 demos. Right. Yeah. What else? What else happened, Steve?
Well, just one more thing I'll mention, and that I do now have a new PC. I did go for the crazy RTX 4090 card. The idea actually was the company Stormforce, they was going to loan me it for a couple of weeks. And that was the idea. So I thought, yeah, fine, I'll try it. I'm sure it'll be a nice little uplift in performance. So I thought, yeah, brilliant. It came and I plugged it in, downloaded Microsoft Flight Simulator through the night because it was like 120 gigs, DCS, all of my favorite sims. And then when I finally got a chance to try it, my mind was literally blown. I could not believe the performance difference between the 3090 and the 4090. I honestly, and all last weekend, I was just in VR all weekend flying. I was that amazed by it. I was just like...
So you didn't melt the power cable?
That's all bullshit. Honestly, most of that
bullshit.
is absolutely... It is bullshit. It is.
Have you watched Gamer Nexus video? They actually created an environment.
Yeah, of course they create the environment because they want views. It's absolute bullshit. Like, of course you can melt a 4090 if you really want to. If you're that stupid enough to, like, completely like bend the cables, why would you do that when you're paying £2,000 for a graphics card? But it's absolutely rubbish. In fact, actually, I've been doing some tests, and the 4090 basically runs the same, if not cooler, than my 3090 with less power. So how does that work when everyone's been scaremongering, saying, oh my God, it's going to be awful, your house is going to burn down? It's just a load of crap. I mean, of course, if you're stupid and neglect it and you want, you got a YouTube channel, you can afford to melt a few 4090s, fair enough.
Previously, it didn't happen on such a scale on previous cards. So, it wasn't completely manufactured.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, Stormforce actually have been working with Corsair. So they've got a very special high-powered cable, which as long as it's seated correctly, you've got it, unless you're a moron, let's be honest, it's not going to go wrong.
With seating, I completely agree that you have to do it properly. But
yeah.
But I mean, bending the cable in a case is not uncommon. You can bend, and then sometimes if you bend it, then some parts of the cable tear off inside and you don't see it, and then all the power goes through one cable. That's the problem,
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, I would never do that to my computer ever. So I think anyone who's going to spend $4 or $5 grand on a computer, if they're going to end up bending cables around and stuff, then I think that's a bit stupid, personally.
I mean, that depends on what angle the the are, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have no other choice. But
yeah. So they borrowed it to you, and now you're just keeping it and never giving it back.
I was like, I didn't email them. I rang them on Monday morning and said, I'm sorry, but I love this computer.
You have to arrange your own, you have to pretend you're dead,
Yeah. No, but I did buy it off them. I didn't get it for free or anything like that. I bought it off them, fair and square.
Okay.
Because I love it that much. And it's funny enough, I think about 20 other people have bought it now because of that video I put out. So actually they've done well. So really, I should have got it for free, really, but never mind.
Yeah, probably there's some affiliate.
No, there isn't actually. I need to sort that out. Yeah, because there is. Actually,
oh my God.
This
is bad.
I'm not a businessman, Seb. I need to get better at this because I have got a discount code for them, but it's not affiliated. So you can go ahead and put in whatever it is, and then you'll get £200 or £300 off a brand new computer, but I won't get anything back off that. So I need to sort that one out, to be fair. But,
yes, please do it. It's better.
But yeah, fantastic. And the thing is with the 4090, if you're running, say, a 4K screen, I wouldn't, if you're running a 3090, keep the 3090. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but this seems to be what I've classed it as the VR slayer. For some reason, the 4090 is all about VR for me. I can get the same frames in 2D as I can in VR. I've never known that before with any other graphics card. So it rocks, absolutely rocks. And I can now run the Varia Aero at 39 pixels per degree,
Man,
60 frames per second.
It's an amazing card, if only it wasn't so expensive, you know.
but this
Oh
card
yeah,
was,
I appreciate that. It is very expensive. Too expensive.
It is. But this card was made for VR. I couldn't think of anyone else who would actually use that power. Or is there any 2D
Good
game
question.
where,
I don't know. I
where
don't
you would
think so.
really need a 4090? I mean, it is
Probably
made
not.
for us.
Cyberpunk
we
2077.
crave that.
There's one game, Cyberpunk 2077, Polish game.
Do you reckon? I can play that quite.
I can
well,
play
yeah.
that super
If you
well with my 30,
enable
3080.
ray tracing,
Uh-huh.
and you know, they even show their own benchmarks where this game without DLSS has like
Oh, of course.
27 frames, you know.
Of course. Sorry, you're totally right there,
Oops.
Simplex. I totally forgot about DLSS 3. That's the big thing, isn't it? The reason why I didn't think of that is because it's not VR compatible right now,
Yeah,
DLSS
sadly.
3. So yeah, obviously I didn't think about that. Like Microsoft Flight Simulator can run at 150 frames per second with DLSS 3 on. That's,
What?
that's insane, honestly.
Oh, I haven't
It can.
really checked it yet.
And I reckon in the not so distant future, DLSS 3 may make its way over to VR via some third party, very clever people that will hopefully, do their magic. So if that happens, I'm already getting 90 frames per second already in MSFS and DCS. So with DLSS 3, oh wow, I think that might actually be the game changer, the real game changer for VR, particularly for really heavy hitters, like Sims. But yeah, great time, a real exciting time. And I honestly, I appreciate it's a very expensive car, but if you do have the spare cash to buy one, friggin' hell, just go for it, man. It's just the most amazing performance.
You can just sell some designer bags
Kidneys.
from your wife or your girlfriend.
Or your kidney. Yeah, I actually was considering it for a bit, but unfortunately, Polish currency, we don't have euro. We have our own, pretend currency. So when the war happened, right next to our border, our currency went down the drain. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
No
Yeah, is it-
480 for me. No,
Yeah,
sir,
that's
no
bad.
4090 for me, sadly, but someday. I have 3080 and I'm happy.
Well, yeah, I'm keeping my
we're
old
good. Other
system
people have
as well.
totally different problems than us not getting a 4090. Or
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly,
that's-
exactly.
Right.
You have to
Well,
have
but I have two 4090s now.
what?
yeah, I will talk about this in a moment.
Oh my god.
It's good to be MRTV. What can I say?
I will give me one for safekeeping.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm also only safekeeping them. I have to give them back.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they did say I could have it on loan for a long time, but I thought no, I want
Okay.
it. I want it to be mine, so I'm
Yeah,
just
I got
gonna
it.
pay for it and be done with it. But no
right.
regrets at all. No regrets.
Great. Yeah, is that it?
That will do, I think. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, Simplex, tell us, what have you been up
Okay,
to
actually, I
since
played
last
some-
time?
I played some VR games, I must admit, and I played Doom VFR, which is
Oh,
an old
nice.
game, but I wanted
Cool.
to finish it, and actually, it was never updated for Index,
Okay.
So I had to jump through hoops, on Fire to set it. You have to paste some console commands into the command, into the console in the game. You have to change some configuration files, download a specific, a community, community control scheme from the cloud, from Steam, and then you have to edit config files, and then you have to paste some weird commands into the console, and then it works.
Oh, really?
Yay!
Yes,
Is that the
And-
first mission?
But you made it.
I made it. I finished the game. And it also had a very irritating bug that it was switching difficulty to ultra violence, to the hardest one. And I tried
Okay.
to finish the last level for a long time until I realized I'm on the highest difficulty. So that was weird. But the game still looks good, and also it also allows you to play with the gamepad, and it's a very interesting
Okay.
mechanic. Then you aim with your head, because it's a gamepad, and also it's really easier, for example, to aim with rockets. I could never actually aim rockets. I was putting out my hand with a rocket launcher, and I'm thinking that I'm aiming at the monster, and the rocket would like go next to the monster like all the time.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened. So,
Yeah.
but Doom VFR is still good. I recommend
It's a
it.
kick-ass game, absolutely. Yeah.
But if anyone ever tries to play it, remember that at the last level, after a specific moment, the monsters still keep spawning, but you have to click something on a console, and this ends the game. And the game doesn't tell you this, very well, because you are fighting hordes of monsters, so you don't hear any voice. You don't see, that it shows you to do something. And I was dying multiple times because I didn't know that you have to click something. And previously you are taught by the game that you can only proceed after you kill everything, right? That's the Doom DNA. You go to the kill room, you kill everyone, you proceed. But in the last level, they changed it.
Okay, good to know.
They still keep spawning monsters, and you cannot kill them, because at one point you start losing health. Like, whatever you do, you are just losing health to 0. And I died like 20 times on there, and finally I realized I need to click one button, boom, game ends. So and I got to that point like 20 times without realizing that I could finish the game. So yeah, that's a warning.
At least you can play with it.
We know now.
At least you can play with a controller. I can't even do that.
Yeah, you could play. And actually, my friend tried to play with the Quest 2. He was unable to get it to work, properly with a proper, free locomotion and smooth turning. And he actually abandoned the game. And I told him, try it with a gamepad. And he tried it, and he said, it's amazing. I can aim with my head. It's so easy now. It's so you can try it with and still looks good. And the next game I played one of the best games on PSVR. It's Bravo Team. It's complete shit.
I heard
Don't
it's bad.
play it.
Why did you play it?
My friend recommended it to me. He said, it's not that bad. It's okay. It was harshly, criticized, and no, it's that bad.
Okay,
but my friend actually played. My friend actually played in co-op, and in co-op, everything is fun, because you're playing in co-op. And I played alone, and the game, for example, can tell you, even if you play in co-op, that you should split up with your partner and go separate ways. But if you play in co-op, if you play not in co-op but in single player with AI bot, it's impossible to split up, because you cannot tell the bot to split up. So the game is so bad that even if you are playing with an AI, it tells you to split up, even though it's impossible. Well, I'm not going to dwell on that game. If you want to learn more, Ian Highton, from Eurogamer, he had a great video, 7 reasons not to play Bravo Team. So it was really, 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 really bad experience. But one thing I will tell about this game, that it has the worst movement mechanic I ever encountered. It's like, if you move somewhere, you can only move between covers, right? You look around, and if the invisible crosshair is if you aim on the cover, you see an icon that you can move there. And then if you do this, the camera changes to third person, static camera, and you can see your character walking to that cover.
Okay, that's strange.
This is horrible.
Okay, don't play this game.
Yeah, don't play Bravo Team.
This is maybe
in co-op. Or play it and make fun of it. Like, play it with someone in co-op and just shit on the game while playing for fun. Maybe then you'll get some kind of fun out of it. And there are no grenades. You are playing super special forces, soldiers. They don't have grenades. No flashbangs, no small grenades, no normal grenades, nothing. And there's just one enemy in the game. The soldiers with guns. That's your enemy the whole game. So, but it only lasts 2 to 3 hours. So
okay.
Then, as a palette cleanser, I played Moss 2 on Steam, and it's beautiful.
But this is good, yeah.
It looks so good. Oh my god! I mean, even on Index, I have Index, and I actually having Pico 4 made me realize that Index is a very good headset.
You don't like it?
Perspective.
You don't like this? You don't like the Pico 4?
I prefer Index.
Okay.
Is that because
that's strange?
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm getting judder and lag through Virtual Desktop. The picture is fine, but
that's strange.
Yeah, maybe I don't have amazing router or something. I mean, I have a problem because I live in a block of flat. I think I was saying that at one point here, that I live in a block of flats, which is 50 flats or 100 flats, and I have 50 wireless networks.
Okay. Do you have
my block?
Are you using a dedicated router for your virtual desktop, or are you using just your standard router?
Yes, but I am using Wi-Fi 6. So
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe I need a dedicated router.
You probably try dedicated router because it works perfectly well with a
Okay.
dedicated router. I'm also in the city and lots of Wi-Fi networks here as well. But
Okay.
I have a dedicated router for playing and it's great.
Which one do you use?
I use a super cheap, it's called like Honor 3, which costs like €30 now on Amazon, and it works well.
I have to try. So
Try it out, yeah.
isn't there any like problem with getting access to the internet or something if you have to like add another device?
No,
Okay,
no problem.
I have to investigate.
Yes.
But Moss 2 is a great game. It looks beautiful, really, and it really improves a lot upon the original game. It's much longer, has more varied environments. It has new weapons. You have like 2 additional weapons. One is like this chakra, which almost like a boomerang. Like you shoot it and it comes back, and you have a hammer. And these weapons have also special like super modes, which allows you, for example, to access previously inaccessible areas. For example, you can create a huge, like a ghost hammer, which stays in place where you enabled it, and then you can go somewhere else and then activate the hammer. The hammer will go down, push a button, and then it will open some door, on the other part of the level. So it's very interesting. And you can like teleport. You can like jump through, use a sword to teleport on large distances. It's really good. I recommend it. There's a great boss fight in the middle of the game with a huge knight who has a huge hammer. So you have to avoid the hammer, and that's really great. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Also, great game, and I have no idea why it's not available on the Oculus Store on PC. It's only on Steam. It's not on Oculus Store on PC, and it was completely.
But it's on Quest.
Quest, yes, and
Right.
on PSVR, true. But the Quest version is the worst one graphically. It has most graphical cutbacks. For
Right.
example, lots of leaves and plants are not there. But I'm really surprised that this game on PC didn't come out on the Quest store. Sorry, on the Oculus Store. It still exists. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
Meta doesn't care about PC.
of course, we know, but it should. The publisher should like try at least, right? Because there are still games coming out on the store. It's not like it's completely dead, right? There are still
Yeah.
games coming, I think. And also, I don't know. Have you heard anything before release of Moss 2 on Steam that's coming? It's appeared
No,
completely.
it was
right?
suddenly was there.
Yes, no advert. I don't get it. And the game is great, and I think it's even cheaper. At least in Poland, it's cheaper than on Quest because it costs like $40, right, on Quest, and in
Steam it was cheaper.
it's cheaper on Steam, so that's crazy. But the game is amazing, and I wholeheartedly recommend it. So those were my games that I played.
Okay, cool. Great. Are you still doing the Polish podcast?
Yeah, of course. Every 2 weeks, my Polish podcast
Ah,
M
yeah.
Kwadrat is
In Quadrat.
coming, and actually,
In Quadrat.
there's actually today we had a new episode, and there we reviewed Moss. Bravo team. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Simplex. Thanks for
Yeah.
for updating us.
Sure.
Yep. So I was also making some videos. So sorry about last week. Last week I couldn't make it. The podcast didn't happen because, I was invited to a party. Probably you know Marco. He's also on Team MRTV. Sometimes you see him here on the channel. So he had a big celebration for his birthday, and I went there and we had lots of fun. That was good. Yep. Anyways, we're back here now with the podcast, and let me check what I did. So I checked out Shadow. Shadow is a cloud PC service where you can simply rent your Windows PC in the cloud. And I simply wanted to check this out to find out how well can you play PC VR games. If you don't have your own PC, your own gaming PC, this could be an alternative, right? So it costs like €30, and then you got a computer in the cloud that is a Windows PC, and that is like a GTX 1080-ish. It is not a
What?
GTX 10. It is not a GTX
1080?
Yeah, 1080. But
Wow, that's
you can,
low.
Yeah, but still, the main games would still work, right?
Okay.
Like Half-Life Alyx works.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
it does. Yes. You didn't watch the video.
Actually, I've got it
Busted,
queued up.
busted.
I've got it queued up to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Can you tell?
Yeah, right. So, but anyways, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So the main games will already work on that normal tier. There is a bit more of latency, but honestly speaking, it works astoundingly well. It's pretty amazing. And if you need more power, then you can pay another 15 euro, and then it's like boost mode, and then you get like a 3070 in the cloud. And that would be good enough for the most of the games that are out there. Yeah, so I made a video, check it out on the channel, and I teach you how to set it up. And I can recommend this to you if you want to give it a try. The great thing is you can try it month by month. So you don't have to go for a 12-month rental or something. It's you can always stop your subscription and then you're good. So this is a cool thing to try out. Now, wherever I have fast internet, wherever I have a fast Wi-Fi connection, now I can just bring my Pico 4 or my Quest 2, and I also have PC VR wherever I go. So that is pretty cool. Yep, so that was fun. Check it out. Then I made a through the lens video comparison between the Quest Pro and the Pico 4. And this was only online for like half a day or so, because I found out that the comparison that I made was not fair, because I was using virtual desktop to show PC VR games, and for the Quest Pro in virtual desktop there is a setting that was turned on by default that is not existent for the Pico 4, and there was like increased color vibrancy or something. And because this was set, like all of the Quest Pro through the lens videos, they looked too red, they looked too saturated, and it was unfair. So in the video I was thinking like, wow, the colors of the Quest Pro suck, but actually they don't suck. So
I did watch that video and then wonder where it went. So I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah, now you know. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to I redid all the shots, and I still have to make that video again, and I will do it again, and it's going to be fair. Right.
That's the thing about being a YouTuber. If you do comparisons and then something is not quite right or the wrong setting, you have to do everything again. I know how that feels. So yeah, I feel for you on that one.
Yeah, exactly. But because
will you be making another version, or did you already do it?
No, I will do the whole thing again. So I'm a very responsible guy. Obviously, when there is a mistake in my work, I will correct it. So it's going to happen. Yep. Then I checked out the Nreal Air. So the Nreal Air is a new, augmented reality headset, or they're actually like glasses, video glasses. Let's say like this. Nreal makes video glasses. Before they had the Nreal Lite, it had some cameras there to do some augmented reality, but now the successor it doesn't have those cameras anymore, and they now focus on watching videos within it. So you can hook this up to your Android phone, or to your iPhone, or to your Xbox. You can play cloud games like Xbox or PlayStation with it. And yeah, it works really well. So I hooked it up to all kinds of devices, and I always had a beautiful picture. However, they advertise it with, it's like a 130-inch screen floating there. But no, like it's nice, but if you believe that this is 130-inch, no, it feels smaller, at least to me. Like I saw all these videos from other YouTubers who have like huge floating screens in front of them in the thumbnail. No, in my opinion, this is totally misleading. And in my video I show how big actually it is in through the lens videos, and it's more like, it feels like 24-inch screen around like probably 1.5 meters away from you. Like I have a screen here right now, and it's around that size, so it's good, but it's not amazing.
Sebastian, do you have Steam Deck or not?
I don't.
Okay, because I heard that this is one of the best. Actually, this Nreal are one of the best accessories to Steam Deck, because you can just put them on and just play, on Steam Deck, like in front of a big screen. So,
yes. So I think this is a great use case actually. So, if you have a Steam Deck and if you don't like to look on it, then you could get something like this. It's $379 in the States, and it's getting cheap. These kind of things get cheap and cheaper. I think if this reaches like $150, it's a must buy for everyone. But right now, 379 is still a bit expensive.
So
Says the guy who paid €1,800 for the Quest Pro.
But you could see yourself like watching movies on that, for example.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I would watch movies on that. It's good.
Cool.
It's a really good thing, and they really look like glasses. They really look like cool sunglasses. Before they looked like the Unreal Light. It looked like strange sunglasses, but these look like good sunglasses. Yeah. Then I made a video about the Black Friday deals. We're going to talk about Black Friday deals, and then the Pimax Roadshow. It stopped here in the MRTV headquarters for 2 days, and the day before, actually, they arrived, and it was really fun to meet the Pimax team, to check out the new hardware, and to meet so many people. And wow, I made so many interviews. Most of them are in German language, so go to my German channel, MRTV Deutsch, it's called, and I uploaded all the interviews today. So even if you don't speak German, you can turn on the auto-translate function, and you can still watch those interviews because, lots of people checking out the Pimax Crystal and the Pimax Portal. So that's good. I still have like 3 English interviews that I will upload tomorrow. So, that's going to be good. So I was busy. I was really busy. And after the event, I was so tired. Yesterday, I was just in bed. It was just so tiring. Oh my God.
It was a very long day.
Super long, 3 super long days.
Yeah.
Super long days, yeah. Yeah, anyways, so...
Just to say, actually, Seb, I did forget to tell you on my little intro bit, I have tried the Quest Pro now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, only for about half an hour, though.
Okay.
I just thought I'd mention my impressions very quickly. I was so impressed with the lenses on it. The pancake lenses are absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely, man.
So nice. Like,
absolutely.
Real, true edge-to-edge clarity. I was very taken back by that. But apart from that, that's kind of I didn't really.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, because those lenses are so good, I actually could see the screen door effect more weirdly than I can on the Quest, which it's kind of like a quite ironic byproduct of those really nice lenses. I also found, I only had it for half an hour to mess around with, but I just found it a little bit uncomfortable on my head. I think I might have pressed it on my head too much, but it just felt like it wasn't sat correctly and gave me a little bit of a funny head, weirdly. So
okay,
funny
I
normal.
have that feeling too after like wearing it for longer times. Like after 2 hours, it feels very uncomfortable on the forehead.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
The first 1 hour is amazing, and the second, okay, it starts, but then
that's why the battery is only 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably why.
They take care of your forehead.
Smart.
You called it right there. But like the pass through on it, I was shocked how bad that was personally.
Okay, right.
I was expecting something much better than that.
Because they didn't have those depth sensor, right? I think there's even like a place for it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Because when you do that with your hand, in fact, it looks like that on the screen. Weirdly, that looks weird. Because I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast 3.
It looks like the Quest Pro.
It's kind of like it's laggy. So your hands like this, and I wasn't I was expecting better quality, but you never know. Meta engineers are some of the best in the business. So with software updates, that might get better. But,
hopefully.
But yeah, it was good fun trying it out. But I'm not going to buy one. But I can. It's like I consider it a bit of a prototype, if anything else. But I can see like Seb and perhaps other YouTubers. In fact, Paradise Decay. I'm sure have you got one? I'm sure I've seen it on your channel. I've seen you demoing it. I can see how it can be a lot of fun to use, but from my kind of perspective, it doesn't really make much sense since it doesn't have a DisplayPort connection. That really does hamper, the performance. But
yeah, I really enjoy the controllers. They feel so premium,
yes, the
and
controls
they
are amazing.
track. It's great. It's really nice.
The haptic feedback so strong on it.
Right.
You really feel, even just like messing around with the menus, you can really feel kind of like a real strong sensation, like click almost when you're kind of messing around. So yeah, really cool.
Yeah, right. But is it like 1,400 euros better than the Quest 2? Probably not. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
not really. But then it is doing some firsts.
It is-
although not
it
so
is-
well. But it's doing
Yeah.
things that we
It is
haven't seen
doing
yet.
things.
And-
It is
and
doing
the form
things.
factor is beautiful.
Right. And it is doing things that will be important for us to get Quest 3 content.
Yes,
Because Quest
absolutely.
3 is also going to have these color pass-through stuff and mixed reality. And probably developers going to get the Quest Pro now, and they're going to make all these beautiful apps for us that we're going to enjoy on the Quest 3, hopefully. Yep. Anyways, let's get to our topics today. And let's start with the Black Friday deals. So there are quite some good Black Friday deals out there. Even still, now Black Friday was yesterday, but you can get some cool Black Friday deals. So let's start with Meta, since we had been talking about Meta. You can get, not if you're in Poland.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are in any other country other than Germany,
Oh, wow.
Germany also not right now.
£290. Oh, that's euros. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
no.
euros.
You can get it for 300. This is without VAT. £349 inclusive VAT. So £349. You can get the Quest 2, 128 gigabyte bundle with 2 games, with Resident Evil 4 and Beat Saber, and both games are actually exclusive to Meta, since Meta bought the Beat Saber studio, and also like Resident Evil is a Meta exclusive game. So these are amazing, fantastic games. It's even cheaper than normally. Normally it costs £399, right, in the UK.
Yeah, it does now. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Before it was even cheaper, obviously, we know, because Meta has increased the price. But
Which
that
is
is
just a
good.
weird thing to do.
It is super. It's super
At
weird.
this point in time, it's like, well, it doesn't feel like a good deal now, because like that's £350. That's £50 more than it should be.
Exactly. Totally agreed. Yeah. Anyways, if you want to get into the Meta ecosystem, now is a great time to do so, because, well, this deal also, it's in the States. In the States, it's, I believe, $350. And in Europe, we have to pay 399 euros for that deal, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And
It's unfair because 50 euros is less than £50, so
yeah,
they get a bigger discount.
yeah, exactly.
We hate you. and I hate Meta because like I was talking to Sebastian before the show. If you go to meta.com and you switch to any European country,
It
like
works.
not Germany yet, but like France, Italy, whatever, Portugal, whatever, Spain, you get the deal. You get the 400 euro price and 2 games. But if you go to Poland, it disappears. There's no deal. No deal for you,
no.
Polish people. But then you have to use. But you can use
But
Amazon.
why not?
You can go to like Amazon ES
Okay.
or Amazon DE and then
Okay.
like get it. But you cannot get it through. And I have no idea why. My friend actually decided to embark upon a mission to get information from Meta support. He is badgering Meta support, asking them why it's not possible. And so far, they only lied to him that this deal is not available in Poland because it's only available in Ireland, in one country, which is a lie because we all know it's available in the whole Europe except Poland. So yeah.
But why?
It's so weird.
Yeah,
What a
I have
weird
no idea.
response.
No idea.
Why is that so?
That's what he wants to find out, by interacting with the support. But yeah, Sparky says, I feel the Polish pain.
Yeah, right. That's so strange. That is
Hey
really
Sven,
strange.
hope you're doing well, buddy. Got a beer. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, okay. So the deal, but you can get it anyways through Amazon, so
Yes,
it's okay, right?
Thanks to being in the European Union, at least.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the European Union
exactly.
there,
We love it.
Steve.
Not-
Hey, thank
Why?
you.
That's his fault. He
Not
voted
vote
Remain.
for that.
He
I
voted
did not vote for
he voted
that.
Remain.
Okay,
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, okay. Good.
If he voted
Promise
Brexit,
you
he
I
would not be allowed on the show.
All right, that's
Kidding,
it. Camera
kidding.
off. That's it.
Thank you so much, PD, for £2. And Star Wars Squadrons is free on the Epic Store. Wow, that is so good. So Star Wars Squadrons now free on the Epic Store, and it's an amazing game and with a fantastic VR mode. So yeah, go for it. Perfect. Yep. So that is the Quest deal is kind of good. Now the direct competitor for in most of the countries, other than the United States. And some others, obviously, as well, like Canada. There is the Pico 4 deal. That is also still ongoing, the Black Friday deal. So you can buy a Pico 4 now from 24th to 28th now and activate it by 8th of December. and you will get 3 free games with it. So the price is still the same, 429 euros in Europe, and I believe it's 399 pound, right? Steve, do you know how expensive the Pico 4? Pico
I'll
4?
have a look. I can
That
have
would
a
be
look for you.
great. Yeah.
I was just thinking though, it's a shame that you can't activate it like on the cutoff should be the 26th of December because people are going to be buying this as Christmas presents.
You're
surely.
right. Exactly.
So I find
They
that a
should
bit
do
strange.
it. They should like extend it for Christmas.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, what happens if you didn't quite get it on time or something?
Yeah, you must open it before and then unlock it and register, put it back. That would suck. Yeah. So dear Pico, if you're watching this, you should like make this deal until Christmas, exactly, because there will be big competition for sure. Meta is going to do something about Christmas, so they should do that too.
It's here on Amazon Prime in the UK for £379.
Oh yeah, I think it's yes. In the UK, should be 379 pounds. Okay, cool. That is a great price, though.
I'll buy it now.
Yeah. So you get 3 free games. Les Mills Body Combat, which is a very good fitness game. I'm using it. Yeah, quite obvious. I'm just joking. But
You see, you've been working out, Seb. Actually, I've noticed.
Now you know. Now you know why.
That's why.
Now you know with what I'm working out. It's Les Mills Body Combat. So it's a great game. It's a really a good fitness game, and you don't have to pay monthly. You pay one time, or you don't even have to pay now because of the Black Friday deal, and you get it. Also in that deal, Ruins Magus, which is like a Japanese-style dungeon crawler. And it's a good one as well. So if you enjoy this kind of Japanese myth dungeon crawler style game, this is for you. And then, of course, After the Fall, which is an amazing co-op shooter where you shoot ice zombies. And it is enjoyable when you play this in a team. Have you guys played it?
Yes. Well, we did. We did.
Yeah,
we had
we did get together.
Next Dimension podcast
Right.
kind of meeting
That
thing.
was fun.
It's great. Absolutely brilliant game.
Yeah.
I only played it like we talked before. If you play in co-op, it's much more fun, whatever it is. And I only played it alone, so it wasn't so much fun.
That's the thing with these sorts of games. You kind of need to play them with friends.
Yeah, I
to
know.
Get the most out of it. And,
the best part was that I got to the last boss. The last boss at the first level, and the huge guy, right?
Yeah.
And all my stupid AI companions died, and I was like trying to kill that boss for like 15 minutes. I was just like avoiding, like hitting him one time, running away. Because if I died, I would. And after 15 minutes, when he was almost dead, he hit me once, and I died.
Oh no! Oh no!
And then I never played it again.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah,
He did well though if he was playing on your own.
Yeah.
Because he's a hard bugger.
It's on the video. I have it recorded. I almost killed him alone. Almost.
What frustrates me about that game, just quickly, is that I wish there was a single player option. I mean,
For
like
the
a
campaign,
campaign,
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Because the graphics and the way the mechanics, the VR mechanics,
right.
it feels
I agree.
fluid. It feels so good. That I just wish they would have some sort of, even if it was like 4 or 5 hours, or something extra would be brilliant for
and
that.
they worked on it for such a long time, right? And it arrived in such a bare bone state. So
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yes.
Yeah, we should Simplex. We'll have to have a game on it, so at least you can play with someone else who's rubbish.
Yeah, that would be better.
But I might be able to help you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a bit miffed that I bought as one of the first people who bought Pico, and then I'm getting nothing. I mean,
Yeah, of course. That's
That's a bit
always the
sucks a
early
bit.
adopter tax that you have to pay.
But do you remember
unfortunately.
that time when Meta, then Facebook, started giving Asgard's Wrath to people who bought Quest at one point, and people got angry, and they retroactively gave to other people too.
Okay.
I remember I got it then.
So now you need to get angry on the podcast.
But
Pico, watch this guy here. He wants the 3 games from you.
exactly. Or at least one game. No, but really, remember when
Yeah, I
Quest
know.
2 was
You're
released,
right.
people pre-ordered Quest 2, and then like month later, Meta said everyone who buys Quest from like 1st October, November or December gets Asgard Wrath, and then all the
Yes,
people,
yes.
what about us?
Yeah, I know.
And we
I
got
know.
it.
Okay. So Pico, what about all the people who
Exactly.
bought
Supported you at the very beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. That would be good. Anyways, Pico has to extend that whole deal until Christmas for sure, or make
That would
another
be-
cool deal or something.
That would be great PR for them, you know.
Exactly. They should do it.
They should.
Yeah, anyways, there's more Black Friday deals. You could also, if you're in the States, get an HP Reverb G2 for $299.
That's such a mega deal.
Wow.
That
That
is
is
insane.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cheaper than the Quest 2 for this. This is still one of the best headsets in terms of like clarity. It's beautiful. And at $299, I would say it is an
Steal.
impulse. It's a steal, and it's an impulse buy for everyone who loves for sure sim games for sure, but even other games. Honestly speaking, if you want to have a really beautiful looking visual clarity, yes, go for the G2. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
What about Europe?
Europe, no. I
Yeah,
didn't see any deal.
£600 in the UK still,
Cricket.
or more than that, I think. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think it's never gone on sale in the UK. I don't think.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't remember it doing anyway. It's like, why? Come on.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. In Germany, also no. Right. Yep. The controllers, actually, you can use them, and the tracking is not as bad as some people make you want to believe they are. They only have, unfortunately, they do have problems with the tracking volume, which is definitely better in most of the other headsets. That's for sure right now, right? But for normal gaming, if you're not playing competitively, it will be still good enough. But I agree, like they don't feel as good as others now, right? You can now feel that it's getting old, the G2. That's for sure. Like the rumble is not good at all. Anyways, but for $299, wow, it is an amazing entry into VR. If probably, you do have a gaming PC and you want to get some VR on. And
I was using the
great
HP
audio.
Reverb a lot this week with this thing here, the Harrier.
Yeah. Okay.
That thing there. That's me in there. That's actually me in there. No, but yeah, I was using it, and those speakers in the Reverb, of course, same as the Index, fantastic. They really are.
Right.
And I still love the headset. I really do. And I'm a bit concerned a little bit why it's going so cheap, and HP
Fire
is very
sale,
quiet
right?
right now.
Fire
You know,
sale.
I just hope there's another HP Reverb in the making at some point, but I'm not quite so sure if that's going to happen or not. But we can just pray and
I
hope.
haven't heard anything from them.
No, I did contact them. Well, I tried to anyway, and I've heard nothing. So
Yeah, nothing.
I don't know.
That is bad. Yeah. Also, the Aero is like 300 euros off in Germany. Is it the same also in other countries?
yeah, and that's probably not going to happen again. So if you want the Aero, get it now. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do they're not the kind of company to do discounts, to be honest. So if you are looking at getting it and you're on the fence, you're not going to get it any cheaper than this. Not new anyway. So
Right. So yeah, great deals to get into virtual reality. So Simplex, I want to ask you now.
Yeah.
Which would you get? Which would you recommend? The Quest 2 or the Pico 4?
I was recently asked the
Europe.
same question, and it's a very difficult question. I don't know
Okay.
how to answer. I mean, I think
But
for the
now
people
answer
who
it,
never,
please.
okay,
no
if
pressure.
you never ever had VR before, definitely, like a casual person, get a Quest, because it's much more like friendly and streamlined, more applications, better support. Like it's like an established company which had like 2 years of development, and Pico is still a bit like in a beta, like early access. It's still not fully like available, and I'm really mad about the shape of the face interface, because I don't know if I told you that, guys, but in my room I have those like tubes with LED lights, very very light, very bright, right? So when I put on Pico, that's what you, Sebastian, did this video about, right? To put the
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
fix it.
because there's light leakage here, right?
Exactly, and it's like leakage on the sides here. I've used like Index, Rift, Quest, PSVR, Pimax 5K. I used all of them, and had HTC Vive Pro, everything. Never I had leakage on the sides, and when the light leaks inside, it reflects
Yeah,
on
then
the
that's
lenses,
bad. Yeah.
and that's bad. That's
You try a
bad.
Quest Pro.
Okay, it's also like this. What's the
Yeah,
problem?
so it's
Yeah,
worse.
there's- yeah.
Way worse.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because of lack
So-
of the flaps, right? If you don't have the
You should
flaps.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you should get this kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
TPU silicone cover
Mhm.
now. Now they have it for the Quest 4. I bought it from Amazon, and now I
Uh-huh.
don't have these problems anymore.
Okay. I mean, I try to use your trick with this,
Yes.
but it's
Right.
not like it's not fitting very well. I mean, it works, but it
Right.
falls off.
That's why just get the one for the Pico 4. It's like 10
Okay.
euros from Amazon. It's
Oh,
good.
okay, great, good to know. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool. But I still, for someone who is, I don't know if you agree with me, but for someone who is completely like new to VR, if you want that person to have the best experience, most streamlined, and if you want that person to get help, from the support, if that's responsive, if it has problems, then that person should buy Quest, I think. That's what I
Okay.
think.
Well, I would disagree with you, honestly
Okay.
speaking. I agree that the software is more polished for the Quest 2, that's for sure. But if someone is completely new to VR, I wouldn't recommend him a 2-year-old headset. So yes, the Quest 2 is still good, but the Pico 4 is simply better in every way technically.
But that person
And-
won't care because they're new to VR.
Yeah, but still, I would. Yeah, okay.
But what's more, what
I love the thing.
Sebastian,
So
tell me one thing.
you can have the
No, no,
2-year-old shit, and
no.
I'm going to keep the new stuff.
No.
for
Tell
myself.
me what's more important to a person who's new to VR? Technical, like
Yes, technical
specs,
stuff. Yes.
or the experience that they get.
But
the support
but
if something
but the-
happens.
But
What
but
will
the-
happen if you go to support and some Chinese guy will like put a message to the translator?
I
know?
kind of agree with
But-
Simplex
but-
on this, to be fair.
But I must. But the thing is, like setting this up is just as easy as setting up a Quest 2. Also,
Okay,
like
what if something
also,
bad
wait,
happens?
wait, I'm not finished yet. Also, the Quest, also the menu inside, it is basically inspired by Quest 2, right? So everything is basically the same. Everything is really simple. They have the same games and all kind of stuff. And yeah, so the experience is better because the headset is better, Like this is like very balanced, and for the Quest 2 you still have to buy stuff. It is simply 2-year-old, and then also you have this kind of
For
Godfrey
Pico,
problems.
you have to also buy stuff to stop the light leakage.
Okay, for 10 euros. But anyway, so yeah, okay.
Okay,
So
just one-
so in terms of customer service,
Yes.
well, you can always go to the MRTV Discord server to ask people like me in the community, and I don't think that you have to speak with Chinese people if you want support, right? They have a European headquarter. I haven't
Okay.
tried it yet. I
Exactly. We know that Facebook support is like, it works. And we don't know yet, it wasn't tested, Pico is not yet tested well. How will they react, if something really happens, like bad happens, with your headset, or if you break it, or if it just breaks down? How well will they, and how quickly will they, because with Quest you can sell it, ship it for free, and they will send it to you back for free. It's all very customer friendly because they're a huge, rich company, right? And we
Okay.
don't know. I mean,
But-
I'd
but
love
you
to. I'd love
but
to
you can
recommend
buy
Pico,
you can
really.
buy the Pico 4 from Amazon, and then you can just send
Okay.
it back.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, I won the argument.
You can send. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
the thing is, though, what about
that's
the
why I
exclusive
could-
games, though?
For the game, yes. Like if you really need to play Resident Evil 4, or if you need to play Beat Saber like locally on the device, yes, then I would also say, okay, you need to go for the Quest 2, right? Or
That's why I said it's a difficult answer. That's why I said it's a difficult answer.
Yes, you have to talk with the people, of course. You must tell them, hey, there's like 5 exclusive games on the Quest 2. If you want them,
I will give you a good example because I actually
Yes.
showed Quest 2 to my friend and his children, and I showed them, of course, Beat Saber because they loved it.
yeah, of
And
course.
then they wanted to buy a headset. So what would I recommend to them? Like
to them,
get this one that doesn't have that
No,
amazing
no,
game
of
that you
course.
enjoyed, right?
Of course, agreed. If you sure, if they need to play Beat Saber, then I would also recommend the Quest 2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I
say,
demoed-
okay, you can buy the Pico 4, but you have to go for the Shadow Cloud Computing, which sets you back another $30. No,
Or a PC.
I agree. For
or-
this, for sure, I would recommend the Quest 2 as
Yeah,
well.
but technically, clarity and resolution and FOV, it's all much better in Pico. I totally agree. and
Yeah.
comfort and weight. I totally agree that this is all great. So
Good.
yeah, that's why it's so hard.
It is a hard question.
My question is wait for Quest 3.
Okay, that's a good answer too. But yeah, every day where you don't have VR, it's like a wasted day. So no. So Steve, if somebody, a friend of you in the United States, asks you, "Hey Steve, should I go for the Quest 2 or should I go for the Reverb G2?"
Oh, I thought he was going to say Pico. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on.
but Pico, they don't have the Pico in the States.
Yeah, so no, I was just listening to your conversation because I'm going to buy a friend of mine a Quest for Christmas. Sorry, I'm going to buy them a VR headset for Christmas, and I'm going to choose the Quest 2 over the Pico. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
again, I agree
yeah,
with Simplex. I think the Quest 2, it's just a bit more tried and tested, particularly with updates as well for games. Like for
right.
instance,
That's true.
Walkabout, mini golf, and things like that. A lot
That's a
of
good
people
point.
are struggling because they've got the first generation of that game with all the bugs.
Right.
Whether that games like that are completely like a different animal now. So I think these are just teething problems, of course, and I do think that they will catch up. But
They
I just
will for
think
sure. But you're
that
right.
seamless experience, really, at the
You're
moment.
right. They have
I
teething
would-
problems, like with DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, so for that reason alone, because someone's going to buy it and want to play games on it, I think the best thing to do for them is right now to get the Quest, really. And, those exclusive games, which we're still yet to see, which is frustrating. And I Meta did buy all these studios, and it takes a long time to make games. I appreciate that. But I'm hoping at some point we are going to get these influx of decent games like Assassin's Creed, perhaps, and GTA. And then people are going to be thinking, oh, I should have bought the Quest. So I just don't know. I feel I'm slightly edging that way. Although I am hopefully going to get a Pico 4 soon to try out. I might change my mind. But then again, I'm a VR nerd. So I think from someone who's new to the VR genre, Quest makes more sense to me. But yeah,
Okay.
your original question, Reverb G2, absolutely. No doubt about it. I mean, my God, you're getting an incredible 2160 by 2160 display, beautiful colors, native PC VR experience.
Right.
Amazing audio. Unless you want to play Beat Saber, but if you're a simmer or a race simmer, or you appreciate visuals more than anything else, and you want to play Half-Life Alyx or something, I think the Reverb G2 makes the most sense, especially at that price. It's unbelievable. That's an incredible price. It's a steal.
It's such a good price, really. It's such a good price. It's fantastic. Yeah. I want to add something. Again, it's Pico 4 against Quest 2. And I also want to mention that when you use it as a PC VR headset for streaming purposes, the Pico, it smokes the Quest 2. Really, it looks so good with virtual desktop, especially if you have a good machine, of course. It's getting close to the Quest. It's getting close to the G2 even in terms of visuals.
It did look stunning on your lens.
Therefore, I still need to recommend the Pico 4.
I can't wait to try it. I might change my mind.
Even though the Quest 2, it is a good headset, but it's just so tough to recommend. Like this 2-year-old headset that is so front heavy. And even though I'm already using like another head strap, right? Like a really good head strap from Bobo VR. And I was now used to the Pico 4, and then I went back recently into the Quest 2 because I wanted to check something, and I just thought like, oh my goodness, how could I ever like this? Yeah, so it's really
comparisons,
It's the better, I have the comparison, right? I'm really using both. I have the comparison, and I can just tell you guys, it's just like tough to recommend this.
Is bliss.
It's just so tough to recommend that 2-year-old headset over the Pico 4. But I agree with you in terms of there are teething problems, and they need to do work on these DLCs that the games can have DLCs. But they do it, right? So therefore still...
For example, did you know that at the very beginning, that Pico didn't have any application like first steps, right? Like no kind of introduction. That's the first thing I put people into. If I show them VR, I put them into first steps, right?
Yes.
They even have Polish dubbing for the narration in it. They had it from the beginning.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great. And Pico had nothing. I think they added something now, but they had nothing at the beginning.
Right. Yeah,
So
of
that's
course, of
I
course.
kind of wish they had their own menu system as well. Like it looks exactly the same as the Quest. Like why?
That's
That makes
Yeah,
it look like
because
it looks
it's
like a cheap
good.
knockoff, then, doesn't it?
But yeah, of
Why can't
course,
they just done
of course,
They could have had all the same options, but just look different.
of course, they got inspired by this.
Yes,
I agree.
yes.
But for those people who say, "Oh, the Pico 4 is just like a cheap Chinese knockoff,"
No, I
that is
don't believe it's that.
That is
I don't
simply
believe it's that.
yeah, but that is simply not true. Like Pico is like a very established company in VR, and actually they had a standalone headset before Oculus had one. Before the Oculus Go, there was a Pico standalone headset. So for all the people who say like, "Oh, Pico is a Chinese knockoff company," no, they are one of the established companies. Anyways, no matter which device you choose, the G2 or the Quest 2 or the Pico 4, as long as you get into VR, you're
Exactly.
good. And you should
All
do
matters.
that. You should absolutely do that now. It's a good time now. It is
Pico
a great
made me,
time.
Pico made me
now.
appreciate my index even more. That's okay, what I can say. I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend it to anybody because it should never cost €1,000 3 years after it was released. But
Yes.
it's an amazingly good headset considering it's from 2019.
It's the only
Right.
headset I haven't tried yet. Funny enough, is
Wow.
the Index. So
It
if anyone
has-
in the comments wants to just lend me theirs for a week, and I'll do a review, please let me know.
best audio except G2, best FOV except Pimax, and very good clarity.
Yeah,
And comfort.
Yeah.
It's the most comfortable. I can play hours on this headset. No, I
That's
don't
good.
feel a thing.
I
It's
reckon.
good.
Imagine an Index with a 4090. Oh my god!
Yeah.
With a
Yeah.
little bit of super sampling.
And the wireless, this wireless thing, right?
Right.
yeah. I get it.
But-
I think that would be quite
But
cool.
Simplex, you have
Yeah.
forgotten to tell people about those God rays. It is the worst headset with God rays. It's like, woo, not so nice.
Yes, but when you only use it, you start getting accustomed to it. Your brain starts off. I mean, people are different. I realize some people hate God rays, cannot live with them. I'm not that person, and I'm glad. I'm happy about that because they don't make me mad. Basically,
Okay.
I
good.
can live with them.
That's good.
Really, like if they did make me mad, I would hate Index. I agree. I mean, that's a totally valid argument.
It's great. I mean, the next headset that doesn't have it, you will probably enjoy it even more.
Yes,
So-
I mean, but I have PSVR and I have Quest 2 and I have Index and I
Okay,
use them
all right.
interchangeably. And
Okay.
even then, I don't.
Okay, perfect.
not
So you
that
don't
much.
have this problem. Perfect.
I don't, but I know it's there. Yeah, it's the glare is there. I don't say it's not.
The glare is
I
there.
even
That
noticed it
rhymes.
in the G2. I mean, the G2 is really good for glare, but
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
the Aero has no glare.
Okay.
For a moment, I was like, "Whoa, I don't like this," but then I
Right.
did get used to it after a few minutes. So yeah, your
Right.
brain does adapt. Absolutely.
Exactly.
It does.
It happens. It's our like. That's why we are humans. We are so adaptable to everything. You can get. It's like people say that paper rolls. Low FOV of Quest, but you get used to this FOV. They're the same, right?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, definitely.
Really. Okay, so great time to get into VR. Do that now if you're listening to this podcast. And if you don't have a VR headset yet, go for the Pico 4, Quest 2, or G2. Yes. Yeah. What did you just point to, Steve?
yeah. So, sorry, Melissa was just went past, and she's just getting a Twitch. Not Switch. No Switch thing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
She pointed to Colin because he wants to have some airtime because he likes VR as well. He does appreciate VR.
Aw, So nice, so nice. Yeah. Our next topic actually is just a short shout out to the people in Germany because the Quest 2 will go on sale here again in good old Germany. There was an antitrust case because Facebook did all these evil things that I was so angry about. You might remember, right? I was telling everybody
I remember
that
that.
Facebook is evil because they force you to use the Facebook login, but they stopped that and now they will resume to sell the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro here in good old Germany. We don't know yet when this is going to happen, but it is going to happen within the year, so probably close to, I would suppose they're going to go back to market close to Christmas so that this could be under the Christmas tree here, under German Christmas trees. Good news for Germans. Here in Germany, we get our Christmas presents on the 24th already in the evening. How about in the UK? 25th or?
It's got to be the 25th.
Okay.
Yeah,
How about Poland?
What Poland?
When do you get the Christmas presents? On the 24th or 25th?
4th. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure because I'm not a very religious guy. So we have the Christmas Eve on the 24th, and I think
Yes.
next day probably. Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
Well, you never get Christmas presents, man?
No, I do, but I get like on a Santa Claus presents. I just don't remember really. I'm very bad with remembering dates. I'm horrible at that.
Okay,
So,
so probably
sorry.
only in Germany we get it already on 24th. I don't know. Anyways, we will be able to buy the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro here in Germany, which is good news for Germany. Wait, let me just have a quick look at this. Yep. Over the past 2 years, Meta hasn't sold its VR headsets in Germany due to an ongoing antitrust suit in the country. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
I'm
Yep.
looking at that full motion simulators for $749. That's great.
Yeah, for a limited time. DOF
Sorry.
reality. Yeah, no
Distracted there.
problem.
Okay, I checked for you, Sebastian, 24th.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, this is good. Residents of Europe's largest economy. Not bad, right, Germany? We'll soon be able to own a Quest 2 and Quest Pro. Yeah, good. Good news for us, and also good news, of course. That means that we will also get Quest 3 here in Germany. So, yeah, Germany back in the civilized world. Yeah, that was good. Good to know that. Yeah. So, yeah, in Poland, obviously, you never had this problem, and in the UK as well, no. So, yep.
Yeah.
Good. So, everyone
But
here...
we should be grateful because it's possible that one of the reasons that actually Meta changed this, requirement, it may have some,
MRTV.
Yes, and German regulators,
Yes, could be the case.
but
Yeah,
most probably MRTV.
most probably MRTV. But you know what? I'm really happy that they changed that. You know, I couldn't really recommend it to people because it's just like I thought it's not a good idea, and I'm really glad that they changed it, so I can recommend the Quest 2 now and the Quest Pro, and I'm sure the Quest 3 will be amazing. So I'm looking forward to try that out, and next year we will talk about it a lot for sure. Yep, that was that topic. Now let's get to the next topic. Bradley Lynch, our most favorite leaker, has leaked some new exciting facts about the upcoming HTC headset. So HTC themselves, they were like, showing little pieces of the headset on their Twitter page for the last, I don't even know, like months. They have the worst kind of PR. I don't know, the worst kind of PR strategy, I would say, and that's really sad, unfortunately. Anyways, now we know more, and let's have a look at it. So these are renders that Marcus Kane, a friend of Satellites Bradley, made, and based on the pictures that were leaked to Bradley, and therefore we can believe that this is pretty accurate. So what do we see here for all the people who don't watch this show? Well, we see a headset that is very sleek. I would say similar to the Quest Pro. We see cameras on the device, several cameras for tracking and probably color pass-through. We see controllers that are exactly the same controllers as the Focus 3, so they look very similar to Oculus Touch controllers, but they have a larger handle. So let's find out more about the device. So it is going to be a 6 degrees of freedom standalone headset. And this standalone headset is run by an XR2 chipset. And not the new one, but the old one. That's what we learned later, the next day after it was leaked. So that is that. Also, here we have another picture now from the sides. It seems that...
I love how the strap looks massive compared to the front of the headset.
Right. The front of the headset looks very Vive Flow-like. So they already had like a headset that has pancake lenses, and this one is going to have pancake lenses as well. Therefore, the front of the device looks very small and sleek, like a ski mask, something like this. But the back, it has like a pretty substantial head strap, I would say. And the interesting thing is that actually, if you want, you can detach the back strap from the front part, and then you can only wear the front part if you want. And then probably you could link this up to a PC. But we're not exactly sure. So it is supposed to be able to work in two different modes. One mode is this with the head strap on, and one mode probably with this linked to a PC, most probably, or something else. Anyways, that is an interesting concept. The thing has two LCD panels, each panel running at a 1920 by 1920 resolution. It runs up to 120 hertz. And, well, it has pancake lenses. Also, you can adjust the diopter with these lenses. So that is good. You don't have to wear your glasses beneath the headset. Yeah, right. What else did we learn? I think we learned that it's
resolutions on there somewhere at the bottom.
I already mentioned it.
Oh, sorry.
1020.
Yeah.
Also, we learned it has like a pass-through camera, and it also has a depth sensor. Also, we learned that actually this is supposed to cost over $1,000.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah. That's not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's HTC being HTC, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But now, next to the Quest Pro, everything is kind of cheap. But anyways, I want to know your thoughts about it, Simplex. Is it interesting to you? Is it something that excites you? Or?
If it had, like people said in the chat, if it had a port for a cable, for a DP cable, I could be interested. But still, at that price, I wouldn't buy it,
Okay.
I already bought 1,000 euro headset.
I know.
Index, and I'm planning to use it. But I'm glad that they're doing something, that they're not dead yet, and it looks nice. It has a potential to be comfortable and light and really good. But do they have an ecosystem? Do they have game publishers? Like, it comes out and then what?
Actually, they have. They could pull this off. They have a Vive port.
Awesome.
Yes, but it's for PC, right? What about?
No, there's also mobile games on it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's quite a few mobile games on it. And they also have Viveport Infinity, that subscription where you pay like, I don't know, 12 euro or 10 euros, and you can play as many games as you want, which I think is fantastic. And they do have an ecosystem. Actually, they could pull this off. So hopefully you could plug this into your PC. That would be fantastic. Here with this, you see this connection?
Yeah.
If you can just detach it and attach your DisplayPort cable or something, and then make this a very nice PC VR headset, that would be really cool. And other than that,
but who's going to buy it at over $1,000? That's my question.
Yeah, that is a great question. So let's ask Steve. What are your thoughts about the device?
Well, yeah, I'm going to probably say the obvious things, really, aren't I? Really, but let's say if this device looked exactly like it does, but say it had micro OLED technology, which could fit in that perfectly, and Para can do it at that sort of level. Well, they said they can do it, they can't, but you know what I mean. But it's possible in terms of the form factor, with like a DisplayPort connection. I would buy that for £1,000 because I really want a slimline VR headset. Of course, I'm simming for like 2-3 hours sometimes, and comfort is the most important thing. Yeah, but no. I mean, the thing is,
not?
I really want OLED technology now, and I know it's so expensive still. But even like the Quest Pro has mini LED displays with local dimming, so we've got that. I just think an LCD display at that price point is getting a bit old now. I think we need to start thinking about especially HTC. There is a massive hole at the moment in the VR industry. There's standalone headsets, like, I don't want to say the budget end. I don't mean that in a way, the context. Obviously, anything's expensive depending on your financial circumstances, but the Pico and the Quest, they are the lower end budget sort of headset, standalone. And then what have we got in the middle? Nothing apart from, say, the Reverb, which is now how many years old? And then we've got the high end stuff like the Aero and the Crystal coming out. So we need something in the middle part here, and this could focus, pardon the pun, on that particular segment. But I don't think it will with those specs, personally. I just think, again, it's a bit too much money for what we're getting there. If that is what it is, we don't know yet.
Maybe they want to
Agreed.
sell to business, and they will
I
do
think
it.
no. I think
No,
this is
I don't think that.
this is targeted at us. So
Imagine micro OLED, 2K per eye or something around that resolution with that sort of form factor.
yeah,
With
that
a
would be
DP
nice.
cable. Why are people not listening to us? The VR community are shouting out. We wanted a DisplayPort connection so we can enjoy both areas of VR. So we can, because I do enjoy standalone games as well. But I mean, come on, it's not even that difficult to add a DisplayPort onto a VR headset. I don't think it's not that much in terms of the cost. It's a lot harder to get an OLED screen in there, but a DisplayPort connection, they can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not.
If it had OLED and a DP connection, I would consider it.
Yeah, I bet most people in the chat would as well.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's
anyways, this is most probably going to look better than the Quest Pro, right? It has a higher resolution. Yeah, right. It has a high resolution. That's it. Also, there's pancake lenses. So I believe this is most probably going to look better than the Quest Pro. And also this has like
Colors won't be as good.
a color camera. And also it has a depth sensor. So most probably the pass-through is also going to look better than the Quest Pro. And then you have at least the chance that this might here might become a DisplayPort connection. And you have diopter, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to wear glasses.
This should be in every HMD. Yeah.
So actually this thing might be way better than the Quest Pro.
Okay.
Right, and yeah, well, if it costs like €1,000 compared to the 1,800 for the Quest Pro, this might be something. I still think that HTC should follow my advice and somehow cross subsidize it by making this like a 2-year subscription for Vive Pro Infinity for like $30 or something, like where they can sell this to you not for $1,000, but instead for $399, and then the $600 you would like pay it within 2 years by getting that Vive Pro Infinity subscription.
So
I love this idea.
what
Dear
mobile
HTC, are you watching this? Are you listening to this podcast? It's the best kind of VR consulting for free.
So what kind of VR games they have on mobile actually? Like Super Hot, like all those best games, do they have it? Like
I don't know. I haven't looked into it for quite a while. I should try the Focus again. The Focus 3. I bought it actually. The Focus 3. That was not a smart move, and and then I never looked at it again. So I don't know. But
did you do like one video on it or something? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I made 2 or 3 videos. That was the worst purchase in my life, I think. Also, I bought the Flow, which was also terrible investment.
wow.
Exactly. I made like 2 videos of these things. It's like
Sebastian, so you should never buy any, another HTC product again.
Actually, you're right. I really hope that dear HTC, you should send me those headsets. Like, I'm making videos about these things. Anyways, I don't know what else to say about this headset. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Vive Floor.
Nice name. They should call it that. Vive Floor.
I saw another one, Vive Bogus, as well. I really like that.
Yeah. Let's see. But this could be a nice headset.
Vive ripoff.
But of course. Also, we don't know anything about the the FOV as well, right? Like for the Quest Pro, at least the FOV they made it a bit bigger. But then now the binocular overlap is bad for the Quest Pro. Let's see how we will like this. Hopefully I can try it soon. So that would be great. Hopefully we get some more information from HTC themselves. Dear HTC, if you're watching this, get in touch with me and give me more information. Yep. Right. That is so interesting, really. Like I don't understand the HTC PR marketing thing. It's strange. Anyways. Yeah, thank you, GDST, for 2 USD. Can you talk about the portal? Absolutely. And that is actually our next and already last topic. So, Pimax. Pimax launched a Kickstarter, and it is about the portal. So, what is the portal? It's a handheld device. Where is it? Here it is. It's a handheld device, something like a Switch or like a Steam Deck, but it runs Android and Android games, and therefore you can play all these emulators, which is cool, or all these streaming services, Xbox, and so on. And yeah, I think actually that is a good idea, right? It has those controllers that are magnetically connected to the main device. And on the back, it has 5 cameras because this device actually can turn into a VR headset. Here, this is the
And it's real as well.
It is real. I had it here in my hands the day before yesterday, and I even used the VR function. Yeah. So this is real, and I was very surprised that this is real after I watched this. Presentation of the device. Have you watched the presentation of the device, Simplex and Steve?
Oh yes, I
that
watched
with
the whole
Josh.
thing.
Yeah. And were you also so amazed like me? I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't believe it when they showed it on your channel. I thought I didn't even think they existed at that point. So yeah, I was impressed by that. And can I just say, Josh and Sweet Viver, I think they both came across brilliantly on your live stream.
Fantastic. Really, they did such a great job.
Like down to earth and very genuine, honestly. Yes. So I really enjoyed that.
Down to earth, genuine, knowledgeable, enthusiastic. So I think they did a great job. And not just in this stream, also during the time that they were here, like talking to people, they worked so hard. Like the day before, they arrived here to set everything up here at the MRTV headquarters, and then they worked until 4 a.m. in the morning because they wanted to wait for another update from China for the portal. So they really worked super hard, and they were so nice, and they did such a great job to show off the devices to the people who joined the Pimax Roadshow here at the MRTV headquarters. It was quite something. So again, all the best greetings to the Pimax team. And I can just tell you guys that, in my opinion, Pimax has done such a good job for this roadshow that the people who joined and the people who watched it on MRTV, I think they feel better now about Pimax. I truly believe that this is helping the company to increase their reputation. Yep, exactly. So
it definitely came across that way on the live stream. Yeah,
HTC Vive is like OG, right? We all watched him like 6 years ago. Remember?
Yes,
and
exactly.
Also, you know that he has Polish roots. He's Polish. He's kind of Polish because his real name is Marcin, not Martin.
Yeah, of course, exactly. He is. He moved from Poland to Sweden when he was like a kid or something.
Smart move.
Yeah, but in Sweden, you cannot buy beer in the supermarket. So I'm not sure if it was a smart move.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah. Anyways, so greetings to the whole Pimax team. It was a very cool event here at the MRTV headquarters. People really enjoyed it, and we're so glad that they can actually check out the portal and the crystal. Anyways, yeah. So Steve, you were amazed that this is actually real, right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, just because the presentation, it kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Really, the sort of Pimax Portal was like, what? Mind blown. I don't know if this is this real? And then we didn't really see any. Most of the presentation was rendering images, wasn't it? I think there may have been a couple of shots where there was someone holding it, but it was like, is this real or not? I can't tell. So to see it up close and personal was great to see. Considering I think a lot of people were wondering whether this thing existed, and you know what, I have to say, we need a way into VR for people that's easy, and the Quest 2 was kind of that idea. But if they pull this off correctly, this could be a way better proposition for people than even the Quest 2, because
they can still do their 2D games, right?
Yeah, because the idea 2D Switch games are so popular. Oh my god, they're so popular. So to be able to entice people to jump into their game, you know, and then try VR and have the best of both worlds. That I think that's a better idea than the Quest 2 in a way, and I think that might actually blow up. It's not my kind of a device, but I can see how something like this could be a huge deal for VR.
Could be. Probably, yeah.
So long as
you're
it's
right.
done right. The only thing is, I'm worried about the other side of it, where people try it in this device, and if the quality's not there and it's not that enjoyable, then it might put people off VR, and then they'll end up using their handheld instead more. So it's got to be done right. So I have no idea what it was like, and I'm looking forward to hearing your impressions on that as well.
I will tell you. Yeah. So Simplex, what are your thoughts after you watched the presentation? You probably also watched the presentation, right?
I was skeptical at the beginning, and I thought it's crazy, but then it's so crazy it might actually
Crazy.
work, you know?
Yeah.
So like, who would think that you would come back to the Gear VR, put your phone in the in the plastic? That's how we thought it's all dead, but now they like came back with a better version of that, and that's really interesting. I mean, it's only pity for me that it's an Android, because Steam Deck is a full-blown PC. It has x86 processor, right? GPU. You can run Linux, and that's why I don't like
this. The Steam Deck is fantastic, right? But you could not make it for $299.
Yes.
Like this will cost $299.
Yeah, but Steam Deck costs what's the cheapest one? I think the cheapest one is like 350. It's not that much more expensive.
I think it's 430, right? But I'm not sure about it.
Okay, I'm not going to because.
Is there going to be like another one, like a bigger version of it? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Transformers version where you put the smaller one into the bigger shell.
That's right. Yeah,
It's like
crazy.
that was a bit strange, right?
Maybe they should just make the one, and make that one brilliant.
I think that is the typical Pimax problem, right? Why not focus on at least on just one thing and make it amazing instead of being like the jack of all trades, master of none. That is truly the Pimax problem. And then there's this accessory, the Portal XL, right, where you put the smaller into a bigger one. Then there is this mini PC. Then they show this dock, which can do some kind of Kinect-like functionality, full body tracking stuff. But people will not make games for this. I don't see this kind of stuff succeed. In my opinion, this is a good idea, but they should focus just on this device only, not the XL stuff, and like one VR thing, where you put this into the viewer. That is a good idea, right? Exactly, like Simplex said, Gear VR, but brought to our current times.
Exactly. No one thought of that.
This is
except them.
The problem is they are spreading themselves thin
Yeah.
with all these stuff and all these accessories. Anyways. It is real. I was just amazed when they came here and they pulled out like so many, I think 5 portals, and put them here and charged them, and it works. Like, I love that magnetic controller. For the Switch, it's some kind of other mechanism, but this magnet mechanism where you would simply pull it off, it works. It really works well. And the device is beautiful. So when they gave it to me and I was playing with it in my hand, it felt just as good as the Switch. Same size. Also, the build quality is just like Switch. Yep, it is nice. The display is better than the first Switch. I haven't tried the OLED Switch, so I don't know about that. But the LCD Switch, it's better than that. It has obviously a very high resolution that you don't need for this handheld mode, 4K.
4K.
Yeah. But you need it for the VR mode so that it looks as good as Quest 2, and it does. So yeah, really cool. I was surprised.
I'm concerned about the performance of the games on the Android when you play in the normal mode, like 2D mode, because of the resolution. Like what games? How will games run?
No, there's like a 1080p mode. Where basically the games only see 1080p.
Okay.
Right? So, you can simply play the games.
Okay.
And, I really believe there is a market for something like this. Probably not for us high-end VR enthusiasts, but for people who want to get their game on, their 2D game, streaming your Xbox Cloud games or whatever, or playing some Android games. Yeah, I think this might be an interesting device. The question is just how many games will be on the VR side of things.
Didn't they say they were working on like with that 100 developers or something?
Yeah,
Or
they said
100
something
games, something like that.
That's
I
what
was like,
they
wow.
want. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Yeah, right. I asked
Isn't
them,
it a shame that Meta is such a closed platform? Because if there's a way of bringing some of these games so much easier to something like this, it would broaden VR for everybody.
You're right.
Not just for Meta, but for everybody. And then that would make everything better. Why can't we, use Steam VR games with this or something, or some way of being able to port
there
these
is
games?
something like this on the horizon. It's OpenXR. So once we have that OpenXR store, I'm looking at you, SideQuest, and then making it easily compatible with all the OpenXR headsets, then boom, there we have it.
That is exciting.
Right? Yeah. That is going to be super exciting. And then, well, a headset like this is suddenly viable, because then suddenly there's like hundreds of games for it. Or probably they only need like a little bit of adjustment to make it work. And then, yes, why not? Why not, really?
Portal has XR2, yes?
XR2.
So
and it's Android based, so you could play Beat Saber on it, actually, if you could hack it. I bet people
if you could, if you could hack it.
But you have to really hack it a lot, because it has all those references to the Meta API, right? So it's not
right.
easy.
You have to hack it a lot.
But if you wanted to port a game, you could port it as easily as to Pico, because it's the same hardware.
Exactly. And the interesting thing is, like those new headsets from Pimax, like the Crystal and the 12K QLED, they are also standalone headsets with the XR2. So the games will work on the Crystal and also on that Portal. So what they're trying, the store for that Portal and the store for the Crystal and 12K QLED is the same store. So perhaps.
And
there will be games.
Desktop. We need virtual desktop for that store, right?
We need virtual desktop. Exactly. We need virtual desktop for the store. And when we were doing the live stream with S3E8 Vive and Josh, they were sitting here. Actually, Guy Godin, the developer of Virtual Desktop, was in the chat, and he was asking them, okay, when is the OpenXR implementation for your devices ready? And they said that Pimax is working on those OpenXR compatibility layers for these headsets, but it's going to be somewhere next year. I believe this is going to be important to have OpenXR run on the Portal and on the Crystal, simply to make it easier for developers to port their games to that, or to have that one store to rule them all.
Definitely.
Yes, SideQuest could be it. SideQuest, make it happen. We all want this to happen.
Do you know something about why SideQuest will not be the store, the official store of Links?
I have no idea about this.
Remember, they said that it will be, then something happened.
They hoped it. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why not.
Maybe Mark called them,
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to check out the links. It should be ready sometime very soon.
I backed it. I also unfortunately backed Arpara, and it's more and more looks like a scam. And you warned us, Sebastian. I know. I didn't listen to you.
I told you. Don't get it.
Yes, you told me. I didn't listen to you. That's why I'm paying the price. We have this saying in Polish: if you brewed the beer, you have to drink it. So
I even made a video actually saying don't buy it, and I felt terrible saying it, but it just no, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah. I've still got mine here. Have you got yours? I might try it out one day.
But
no point though, really. Be fair.
I actually learned after the fact that they changed their name. There was a different company, and they changed their name to Arpara, and that company already scammed people with a failed Kickstarter. So after I learned that, I just I knew I would never get mine. So unfortunately,
hopefully they would still do it.
I mean, I have like 1%, hope for it. So
right. So are they still updating on their Kickstarter? Are they still?
They're saying again of like we have to do something new. We have to do this, and like every they're stalling. They're stalling.
Oh no, that sounds bad.
It does. And the worst part is that they said that they have already, that they have this, the one I bought, the one I pre-ordered is the one with the cable. And they say they have it ready, but the AIO is not ready. The one like the Quest 2 one.
Right.
And people ask them, so why don't you just send us this cabled one which is ready? And they don't answer to that. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad.
I mean, it wasn't very expensive, and when I paid this money after your warning, I just said to myself, I can live with that, losing that money. It was actually that campaign is actually, it says when you go there, it says deactivated by Kickstarter.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds bad.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
last update is from the 27th September. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, anyways, so hopefully this will still work somehow. Anyways, let's keep on talking about the portal, the
their
Pimax
Kickstarter
portal.
is already funded per
The
DK was
Kickstarter is
saying.
already funded, but it was not so much money that they asked for. I
Yeah,
think they
true.
asked for 200,000 euros. Okay, they did this on the first day, and yeah. Anyways, so yeah, again, I'm happy that it worked. So I'm not worried about the Android part. It looked good. So it was not perfect yet, right? So actually, the controllers, they only worked in Bluetooth mode, not yet via the connections. So that's why sometimes it was not really stable. They also still didn't have the key mapping perfectly figured out. So that's something that they're still working on right now. But I'm confident that these problems should be solvable really easy. And yeah, for the Android device, I'm not worried at all. Yep, so let's hope that there is going to be games. So I did check it out in VR mode, and it did look, a bit better than the Quest 2 even.
Well, that's good in itself. For this type of device, I think that's probably enough.
That's not bad. I would agree. So I can absolutely see that this can play Quest 2 games or these mobile games, these XR2 games. I couldn't try the VR controller yet. This didn't work yet. So they still have lots of work to do. It's still early, but I'm glad that at least they could show something. It is not vaporware. They're really working on it. It's real. And they proved it with that Roadshow. Yep. So the question is just who will buy it? It's not really made for us, right? The people who watch and listen to this podcast, we are all enthusiasts. So
we do need something like this, though, to continue to kickstart the VR industry, because clearly the Quest 2 isn't going to do it on its own. So to have this as well, I hope it's successful for them. I really do, because for the sake of the VR industry as a whole, really, because this again will get a lot of younger players into VR without a doubt. So
I think they went to Kickstarter just for exposure,
They
just
did.
to get more advertisement. That's what I think.
But it's 454 people have pledged. Yeah. It is not so many, right? It's okay, but it's not like a huge success. But it's okay. But you're right. I agree. They only did this to get more exposure. Yep, that's the Portal. Now let's talk about the other headset. And the other headset is the Pimax Crystal. Let me find a picture of this. Pimax Crystal. We should find it. Pimax Crystal is their new upcoming headset. You could already pre-order it, and you had to pay like $30, I think, to do that. And the Pimax Crystal is a pretty interesting headset. It is a very high resolution headset with 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye. It has QLED and it has mini LED. So
you guys, it's going to be half an hour just for you explaining everything it can do. Because
you're right. But let's keep it simple. Like local dimming zones, as in really good blacks. Also, it has interchangeable lenses. So they said they have like two lens sets. One gives you 35 pixel per degree, which is already really high, like the Aero, for example. The other one should give you 42 ppd, pixel per degree, so even a higher resolution. Then it is a standalone headset, which can also work as a PCVR headset with a cable, with a DisplayPort cable. But it also has an XR2 chipset, so it can also do standalone. They are also working on a WiGig module, so you could stream your PCVR headset via WiGig. But it also has Wi-Fi 6E, so you could also use that for streaming. Yeah, lots of.
Did you say it can also do your laundry or something?
It can also do your laundry. It can also get you a beer from the refrigerator.
That's the one.
It is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is pretty amazing. I won't lie. So, let me just try to show you a picture of that. So, oh no, here it is. Here's one. Okay. Yeah.
I guess they didn't leave it there for you to show them.
No,
Seb.
unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, so check my channel. I made a video about it where I give you my first impressions of it.
It was right there on your desk. It was there.
It was. I had it here in my hands. I had
Yeah.
it here, but now it's gone. It's gone. Yep. Anyways, so this headset, it also comes with interchangeable batteries that are hot swappable if you want to use it wirelessly. So a very interesting high-end headset. It costs $1,600. So it is in direct comparison with the Vario Aero, but this headset, it's also it has interchangeable faceplates. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. Eye tracking, also IPD adjustment. It basically
lenses,
is,
changeable lenses. You say that
interchangeable lenses. Yeah, it's really like wow. It is pretty crazy what this headset can do. So also it is an inside-out headset, inside-out tracked headset, which has 4 cameras. So it doesn't need base stations anymore like the Vario Aero, and controllers which are looking like Quest 2 controllers. Very interesting
Well,
device.
I'm going to give you a clap for that, Seb, because that was hard.
That was
hard to explain all that.
This job is quite tough. You have to remember lots of specs for this. Yep. Anyways, we saw it now for the first time. They brought it to the MRTV headquarters, and before that they were in Berlin. Now they are in Holland, and they are going to be at VR Days in Rotterdam, which are going to happen really soon as well, I think in 2 days or something. So, yep, they are showing it. They are showing it around, and I got to try it out. And I was, first of all, surprised that it exists. They could not show off everything, like the controllers didn't work yet. So we were playing like Microsoft Flight Simulator and Project Cars. So things that you can play with, with a HOTAS or with a joypad. That worked. We could not try the wireless mode. So we were like trying the PCVR cabled mode. The standalone mode didn't work at all. But honestly speaking, I don't think that people are going to buy this in order to play Quest 2 games on it. It's like a super high-end device, which is made for PCVR experiences. So therefore, for me, it was okay that they didn't show off the standalone mode. That's going to be shown later. Yeah, FOV-wise, this also has a bigger FOV than the Quest 2 and all these headsets. So in my opinion, when I looked through it, it looked very index-like. So especially vertically, it was, just like index. It was really good. Very nice vertical FOV, way better than the Aero. You know, Aero has an okay horizontal field of view, but vertically, it is not so good. Yeah, so this is way bigger vertically in FOV than the Aero, and horizontally probably around the same. So much better. Yeah, I was happy to try it out. And when I first went into it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I was amazed. I was absolutely amazed by it because it was just so much better than the Aero, honestly speaking. So, Steve, I was just thinking like, okay, wow, this is going to blow Steve away for sure.
I should have got a plane over there, shouldn't I? And just kind of been there with you.
That would have been amazing. Yeah. Yeah, but not everything is great, right? So there's this big but, which unfortunately I have to talk about as well. I will get to this in a moment. For people who are watching my videos, they know already, but anyways, I will also tell you guys here. So FOV, good, not as good as the Pimax 8KX and the other super wide FOV headsets. But in my opinion, index-like FOV is good enough for me. I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. Colors, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So these local dimming zones where only the parts that really need to have backlight are lit up and the other parts are black or there's no light behind them. Yes, the contrasts were fantastic. And the cool thing is, in those demos, they could turn the local dimming zones on and off. So on the fly, we could see
wow.
we could
That's
see
cool.
the difference, right? So then they said, okay, you know what? I'm going to turn local dimming zones on, boof, and then it looked like any other LCD VR headset.
I didn't know that.
And then they turned local dimming on, and boom, wow, close to OLED. Like really, like super vibrant colors and fantastic blacks. Something that the Aero, unfortunately, until now cannot give to us. Therefore, also here in the direct Aero to Crystal comparison, yes, color-wise, also the Aero wins. No, the Crystal wins. The Crystal
slip
wins.
there. Seb,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Crystal wins. So that is also good. And then I just have to get to this. This is so funny here, Flame Boy. MRTV shilled for Pimax for years until one got upset at another. This is ridiculous. This is so funny that people write these kind of comments. You know, like I told people like the negatives and the positives about Pimax all the years, right? All the years, and this is true for all the headsets. I think like, yeah. Anyways. It's good that people. Yeah, I know, but yeah. We should not feed the trolls.
Exactly.
Anyways, right.
Exactly.
You're damned
Anyways,
if you do, you're damned if you don't on YouTube.
yeah, exactly. No,
you can never win. You can never win.
No,
Whatever you do.
Honestly, it's great to have haters. It is great. If you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. You
That's
need
true.
to.
That's
You
true.
you need to have haters. It's fantastic. So I'm super.
Yeah.
I'm super glad that this Flame Boy cares about MRTV as much as he does, right? By being here, watching my content and being here. Thanks, Flame Boy. Please write more. It's amazing.
He loves you.
Help the
Right.
algorithm. Thank you.
Help the algorithm, exactly. So, anyways, we're talking about the colors. Yes. So because of the local dimming, the colors they do look better. They do look better on the Crystal. Exactly. They do. Yep. So. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. Resolution-wise, you absolutely cannot see the pixels anymore. It's over now. This is really like, okay, yep, this kind of retina level, you know? This kind of you cannot see the pixels. This is also on the Aero the same, right? So it's very comparable. Yeah, so it is like index like FOV, Aero like resolution, but with better colors, which is a very, very nice combination that I believe many people will love. Yes. So now the but. The but. So this was good, but unfortunately, there was something strange going on. And for me, the feeling was that on the lenses, by the way, the lenses were also great, like clear lenses, pancake lenses. No, not pancake lenses, spheric lenses. So clear glass lenses, same like in the Aero or the PSVR. Great sweet spot, edge-to-edge clarity, beautiful. I didn't see big problems with God rays. Actually, no, not at all. So the curious thing was that I felt as if there was already a prescription on those lenses. That is the feeling. That's how I described it. Because I'm short-sighted and without my glasses, going in, yeah, it was kind of comfortable, but not perfect. I still had to work with my eyes to get the best and clear picture. Then I thought, okay, I should wear my glasses. So when I wear my glasses in all other headsets, it's perfect. Right? It's relaxed, it's perfect, it's super clear. But in this headset, when I was wearing my glasses, it got less comfortable and my eyes had to work more. Right? I had to like do this and really like, it was very, it put strain on my eyes. So that's why I would say like for some reason, it felt like there's already a prescription, a nearsighted prescription on these lenses, which probably is not. I don't know. I don't know what.
Maybe it's like some
I don't know.
error.
Perhaps, or there was something wrong with the distances of lenses to displays, or
Did
I
they
don't know.
plan on having the diopter adjustment or not?
No,
not?
they don't have diopter adjustment.
That's a pity. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We need it.
So that would be great, but because it's not pancake, it's spheric, so you cannot do the diopter adjustment. Anyways, Yep. So that's what I saw, and that's also what other people saw. Quite a few people saw that, and without having talked to me before, right? So they came to me and they told me everything's great, yeah, but somehow my eyes had to work harder than normally, right? So yeah, that is something that they need to fix. So that was told to them quite often here in Dortmund, and also actually later I also heard that in Berlin, where they were first, also people told them, especially people who were a bit older, where their eyes cannot so easily anymore accommodate, and probably they already getting farsighted because of age, right? And especially those people had problems with that, and I could tell because your eyes have to work, and it's not so comfortable. So Pimax has to solve this problem. Pimax has to solve this problem, but if they solve this problem, then I believe they have an absolute winner on their hands. Yeah,
Can I
now
just
you can
say,
ask me
Seb,
questions.
can I just say, massive respect for you for highlighting that with them there.
Thank you, man.
I don't really think any other YouTuber would have dared do that. So massive respect for that because
Thanks.
Because
it's
he's
so
a shield.
important.
That's why he did it.
Yeah, that's what-
Yeah, of course he is. That's why
I'm
he
obviously
mentioned that.
I'm obviously a shill, right?
God, seriously,
Yeah.
some people are just
Ridiculous,
morons.
yeah. I know.
But no,
I know.
honestly, respect for that because
Thanks, man.
it's so important to highlight that point.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fix it.
Yeah,
I think-
and
I
because
think
of that,
now-
I think hopefully they will. Yeah,
I
hoping
hope
they
I
will.
hope so too. I hope so too. Yeah. So
I
they
had that
need-
issue with the 5K Super.
really?
Yeah, I don't. Well, it might not be a slightly different issue, but in terms of the IPD, I always felt quite cross-eyed in the 5KS. I've still got it actually, and sometimes I use it and I just feel a little bit weird afterwards. I never had that issue with the 8KX though, but then mine's a more of a newer version, and I think some people have had that issue before with that, but that might be separate. It could be just related to IPD.
Could be. Yeah. This could also be
yeah.
right. If the
I just
IPD
think
doesn't
maybe
fit.
the lenses are probably just that little too far apart, or perhaps, or there's just the distance between the
Right.
lenses and the display.
Wasn't
Right.
Vive Pro 2 the headset that had such a bad stereo overlap? I think one of the
Also
headset,
had,
right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I had it and I hated it.
Right.
I
But
sent
for
it back.
For the Crystal, I didn't have problems with the binocular overlap. That seemed to be all right. That seemed to be pretty good, actually. So, yeah, for the IPD, unfortunately, the automatic IPD, it didn't work yet because the eye tracking was not activated. They have Tobii eye tracking in it, and once they sent the final device to us, then the auto IPD will be enabled, and probably this is going to fix quite a few problems for people, right? Having the right IPD set is important, but that was not it for this problem that I saw. Yep, so hopefully they will fix it, but now they got everything they need. I think they should be able to fix it. What are your thoughts, Simplex? So do you think they can fix it, or if it's just the lenses, probably yes, right?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, I wish they.
Yeah.
I hope they do, but I think they cannot. If it really affects, because maybe it's like we all have differently built eyes, right? Faces. Maybe this was for you. It was a problem, but for some other people it wasn't, and maybe that's why they didn't say about it. So if this is like that, then maybe they will just don't do anything, and people with a specific face shape will say it's all good. What are you talking about? And people with another different face shape will say it's bad, and that's a huge problem with VR. That there's never one size to fit all, right? That's a huge problem. Same with FOV, right? You can have a different FOV even, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately, quite a few people said that in Berlin, and also here in Dortmund.
That's good.
So quite a few people had the same problem.
Okay.
So therefore, I believe it's not just my eyes. And
my worry is
good.
they're ramping up production on this headset. That's
How
my worry.
would they not catch it in the test, right? How?
That is huge, exactly. But I hope it could be solved by just making other lenses. Mm-hmm. I hope they didn't have already bought 10,000 of those lenses. Hope they can just still shave somehow some of that diopter off. I don't know. I don't know how to work about this. Yeah, so it's
you're obviously very experienced in VR, Seb. So you really do feel it's more of a lens issue or an IPD issue, or is it a bit?
I would say it's a lens issue.
Could it be some sort of byproduct because of the swappable lenses? Is there something
I don't
that's
know.
with a different design of it that's maybe created that issue? I don't know.
Could be. I just know it cannot be an IPD issue because other people also tried it here. And for example, Marco,
Yeah.
my team member, he also tried it, and he's even more nearsighted than me. I'm like minus 1.5, and he's more like minus 2, and he pretty much cannot really see without glasses. So he went into the headset with glasses on, and he said like, no, I cannot use it. It's just the same problem that he always had. And then I told him like, okay, get off your glasses, right? Your prescription, your normal glasses, and go into it. And then he could normally see. So
Right,
there
yeah.
They
must
should
be
advertise
something.
it. Best headset for people with glasses.
It is funny.
Exactly. It is. It solves your nearsightedness. It's amazing.
So
Come
you have
on.
you have pluses in your heads, in your eyes, or minuses? I don't.
Minus. So I'm
Okay.
nearsighted. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm-
I'm farsighted, so bad. Not good.
Okay. Okay. So
Much
for
better.
you, it's even gonna be worse, Simplex.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I hope so. I guess it should be solvable. I think it should be solvable. So yeah, let's try. If it's really just the diopter, in the worst case, you must slap some lens inserts onto them, and then you should be good. But
They must realize that if they start selling it for such a huge amount of money, people will be just refunding, right? That's like
exactly.
what's gonna happen. Like, what do they think will happen? Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably they really didn't catch it. You know, if you are in a company in engineering and you're only looking at your product the whole time, you get something that's called, I don't know, like company blindness. We call it in German language. You know, you get blind to your products
Yeah,
because
tunnel
it's
vision.
you just see your own product. And those Pimax engineers, they have just looked through Pimax headsets for the last 4 years.
True.
And they don't even know what is normal anymore. That's what
Yeah,
I
but
think.
I think they can afford
That's
to
true.
buy one headset from every company and just compare, right? I mean,
They should.
They
They
must.
should.
That would be crazy not to do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. So
Myopia,
it's good. Honestly, it's great that they did this tour to get this kind of feedback now from so many
actually,
people.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I originally thought maybe it was a bit early to do this roadshow, but in some
Yeah.
ways, sort of a really great point of this tour is that they're going to get some user feedback that they can take back to their technicians and hopefully catch all those sort of little niggles in time for the big push, to make it, huge and start selling them. But I don't know. I just think that is a worry because I know for myself, like once I was in the Varia area for about 2 hours once, and my eyes started hurting. I thought, what's going on? And I
Yeah.
realized I, for some reason, set the IPD manually. I think it's because I had someone over and I've just forgot to change it, and it was set to like 68, and my IPD is 64. And even that slight change for me, even with those lenses,
It can make a big difference.
clearly, pardon the pun, it started to make a difference to my
Very
eyes.
good. Very good.
Yeah, so it
Yeah,
wasn't so
right.
clear after all. So,
It was not so clear after all.
so I
Very
do
funny.
feel that Pimax do need to get on this, and this is a serious problem, but hopefully something that can be resolved very quickly. Because,
Yeah.
but I do have a few questions for you, Seb, if that's
Yeah,
okay
of course,
about it.
Of course, please.
I'm intrigued because you didn't really mention much about the build quality. Now, of course, these are pre-production
Yeah.
units, but what was it? How did it feel? Did it feel like a desirable, high-quality device? Like, because the Aero does, right? The Aero feels like an Apple device. It feels amazing to feel and to hold, and everything.
Like, let me answer this with one word: no.
Okay.
It did not feel like an arrow.
Okay.
It feels okay, not terrible, but also not like awe. Yeah, you know. So yeah, like an 8KX, probably similar to an AKX. So they did improve a lot, coming from the 5K Plus, from those black headsets, going towards those blue headsets like the Pimax AKX. Right? They did improve, and everything got better. The packaging and the devices itself. So it is a good quality, I would say, but I would still not call it like, okay, this is not Quest Pro build quality. This is not Aero quality, but it's it's good enough, I would
Yeah,
say. And if
okay.
it can do what it promises, yeah, absolutely. Yes, but it's still desirable for us VR nerds.
And
Just
in
for
terms
just
of
for what it does, yes.
and comfort wise, because this thing, like I'm trying to think of the 8KX. Now, of course, this is smaller than the 8KX anyway, isn't it? But
It is a
however,
bit
this
smaller. It's not so much smaller, but it is a bit smaller.
but this thing's got a battery in it and an XR2 chip. So surely this
Yes.
thing must be very heavy. Does it feel heavy?
Actually, no.
No?
No. It was not. It didn't feel heavier than the 8KX, but I did not actually weigh it. But it did not feel so much heavier. So the battery in the back, it was fine, right? Just to give you that kind of counterweight for the front. And overall, it felt pretty comparable to what we have with the 8KX. And the 8KX is not an uncomfortable headset.
No, not at all. I can
No,
wear
no.
that thing for 2 hours, no problem. I think
Yes,
a lot of
right.
people, it's so important. It's such an important factor when people, whatever VR headset you have, you got to put it on properly. And I reckon most people don't wear VR headsets correctly. I really don't.
Right.
I just don't think they know how to do it properly. And because it's like the AKX, I can wear that for hours and hours and hours, and yet I can hit some people and like I can't even wear it for 10 minutes, and it hurts the front of my nose and things. It's so important to wear them properly. Once you get sort of the idea of how to fit them correctly, especially for me, I never have a VR headset resting on my nose heavy at all. It's kind of almost like floating above my nose, you know, and that's with every headset I have, and I think that's really important. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'm intrigued by that really, because I do think that the 8KX is heavy, very front heavy. So and it's not even a standalone device. So it's interesting to hear that it still feels quite light. I really do like the swappable battery as well. It looks
Me
really
too.
sleek. The way it kind of
Very cool.
goes out, and it's like
Very nice. Well done.
adding
Absolutely well
a
done.
magazine or something to a
magazine,
rifle or
yeah.
something,
Or a cartridge.
in
Or
there. Yeah. I
It's-
do like that design. Very cool.
I also like it. And I think it's cool that it's hot swappable. Once the device works wirelessly well, and if there's like virtual desktop on it, yes, this might be really good. Yeah. So, is it something that would intrigue you to buy it even, Steve?
Hell
Is there
yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
Like, what a question.
What a
Who am I
question.
kidding here?
I've already,
Rich people,
absolutely.
most rich people.
Oh,
No,
man.
no, it's honestly, but it's interesting how the field of view is the same as the aero horizontally. I think that's interesting and important to understand as well. But I do agree with you that the vertical field of view of the aero is quite squashed down in comparison, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And I just think, isn't it quite brave of Pimax? They are known for field of view, man. Like their field of view is huge, and that, so it's very brave for previous Pimaxians to kind of get their head around this. That they're going for clarity here over field of view. Obviously, we've got the 12K QLED coming at some point, so that's great. But I do think this is a good move for Pimax to actually,
I love it.
I
I love
have
the
a
idea.
headset with spherical lenses,
Yes.
with local dimming and all the rest of it, and all the crazy features that this has. I just wish, for me personally, I wish they would basically, for the first batch, or perhaps have like a Crystal PCVR version only, and then have a
would be great.
Crystal PCVR and standalone, and have it as two options.
That would be great. So what are you saying? You mean with Steam VR? You mean no? I mean with Lighthouse tracking only, or
No, still have inside out tracking, but just have it as a PCVR headset without any XR2 chipset or anything.
but you
cheaper.
need the XR2 chipset to make the tracking.
Right, okay.
Why?
Fair enough.
Yeah, because the XR2 chipset does the tracking.
Okay.
Oh, the Reverb G2 doesn't have that issue, does it?
Yeah, right. Probably
Exactly.
your computer could do it. You mean? Yeah, probably could. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I just
Damn.
feel like
Damn,
I
you
don't
guys,
think
you're right.
I'm going to say the XR2 chipset shouldn't use the track.
Like Rift S, right?
Right.
Did it
okay.
chip? Didn't.
Yeah, but well, in their implementation, the XR2 chipset is now responsible for the tracking and for everything. So probably it wouldn't be so easy for them to have the whole tracking done on the computer. Probably it comes with a XR2 package, the software package, the tracking, you know.
I just think it would give them time as well, because like they could say like order now for the PCVR version of the Crystal, and then say April to May next year, then the standalone should be ready by then. I I just think that would be a better way to go about it. But
then
hey,
they would even have more. They would have even more models, like.
yeah, true.
It would even make it more crazy. It would even make it more crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a very promising headset, especially when the eye tracking is turned on. It's going to have like foveated rendering built into it on the driver level. So you don't even need to have all the games to support it by itself. It will just work. And then probably don't even need a 4090. Then probably a 3080 is good enough. So yeah, I really liked what I saw there. Other than the problem, obviously, that they still need to solve, but I do believe it's a solvable problem. And then this might be the enthusiast headset to rule them all. Really, I think it's going to be tough for Aero to compete against it. As much as I love the clarity of the Aero, but yeah, the same clarity with better colors and better FOV and audio built in. So it's
What about-
it's a good.
So
It's
what
good.
kind of audio it has? What kind of audio?
Actually the same like the 8KX. So that is okay. You can use
DMS,
that one
something? DMS or like.
or they showed something else, something a bit cheaper, which is more like like a Quest 2 solution, right? Something that's close to your ear but not really over ear. It worked well. It was good. It was good enough. But not as good as DMAS. But the whole system is compatible with your DMAS. So if you still have the DMAS, you could use it. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of the display itself, did you notice any Mura or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I did see a bit of Mura,
Okay.
but not crazy. So yeah, we have to wait for the final units. I saw a
what?
bit of Mura. Yeah.
I want some hackers to make the PSVR 2 PC compatible.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
That's going to be a great headset for sure as
We have
well.
to pray for that. But yeah, I mean, I love all your impressions, but the price for me is completely out
It's
of my
too
league.
expensive. Yeah.
I'm too poor
2000.
basically. I'm
It's
poor.
a,
I'm from
it's a
Poland.
great, it's a great price though for what if they do. Yeah,
I believe you.
For what it's offering. I mean, my God,
Yes,
the
I
Aero
understand.
is a lot
Yeah.
more money, but I do feel the Aero is an Apple style device, and I really am looking forward to, because I should have one. Hopefully, Pimax are going to send me a review unit. I just want to. I
For
think the
sure they
important
will.
thing. I think the important thing now is to have real world tests.
I love it that they are pushing the
yeah.
tech forward, and in a
Yeah,
few years
absolutely.
we'll get this in a cheaper package,
Yes.
right?
Of course.
So that's great.
Because I have like an army of Aero owners that are desperate to know what the Crystal is going to be like. So we'll certainly see. But,
It would be
it's
great.
definitely promising.
It would be great if they would also do something in the UK, like a roadshow, but I'm not sure if they will.
That's a shame. Yeah. I
yeah.
don't think they are, to be fair. But
Yeah.
no, I think, and of course the software side of things, obviously that's still sort of not quite working correctly at the moment. But I'm hoping it's going to be. I don't mind this so much myself because I don't mind tinkering, but it does need to be more plug and play now.
Yeah,
I think
but-
that they are known for obviously
Yeah.
being the higher end, and things don't work out the box.
You're
which
right.
again, I don't mind that personally because it gets me to play around with settings and things. But hopefully they can get that side of it working correctly as well. So that's
Helps
it's
it
less
too. Helps it
of a
too.
headache.
Right. Sometimes if you would plug in your 8KX, something didn't work, and then it would brick itself, and then you would have to flash the firmware onto it with some kind of DFU software. It was not so great. So these kind of stuff, I hope it's not going to happen with the Crystal. I saw the software that they were using. It was some kind of, not the Pi tool. It has a new name now. It looked fairly okay. Yep. So let's see how it's going to work.
I wanted to ask about eye tracking because this headset, when it comes out, Pimax Crystal, it will have integrated integrated foveated rendering,
Yes.
like independent of the games. Yes.
Yes.
In Steam VR.
Yes.
Okay, so what about Quest Pro? Does it have it, or how does it work on Quest Pro?
Quest Pro, no.
It doesn't. Okay.
But
So they will be the
if you
first.
if you make but Quest Pro is all about standalone games. It's not
Yes.
made for Steam VR.
But that headset will also be standalone, right?
Say again?
But Crystal will also be standalone. Do I understand correctly?
You understand correctly, right?
Okay.
There will be some standalone games, but I'm not sure if the foveated rendering is going
So
to work.
that's
for
why
them.
I'm curious whether Pimax will be the first ever headset on the market that will allow for foveated rendering on the PC.
Yeah, that would be great.
The Aero's
Might
already
be.
done that.
Okay.
But it's not on this on the driver level.
No, that's true. Although I still wonder how
that's what
that's
I
going to
mean.
really work. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure
That's what I
that's going
mean.
to work really.
If Pimax will be the first, from what you are saying, I understand
Could
that Pimax
be.
may be the first ever headset on the PC market that will have like driver
Yeah.
level and independent for it, and then it would be like the holy grail we've been waiting for 6 years, right?
But you know who's going to have it before that?
Yeah.
PlayStation VR 2.
Yes, but not on PC.
You're right.
That's what I
You're
meant.
right.
On PC.
So yes, it might be. As I understood it, yes, this might
Okay.
very well be the very first PC VR headset that has foveated rendering on the driver level. which
Unless
is-
Valve Descartes comes first.
Yes, that would be great. Wow, so many exciting headsets to come. PSVR 2, Deckard, the Apple headset.
Yeah. Next year is going to be amazing.
In 2 days, there's
Really?
going to be a new PC VR headset that is going to be
What?
unveiled, which is a DisplayPort headset, which is a
What?
Steam VR headset.
What?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, it's on the way to the MRTV headquarter. So
Which one?
yeah,
Which one?
I cannot tell you
Riva
now.
G3.
Okay.
I
Oh,
cannot
okay.
tell you now. But it's a
NDA.
dedicated PC VR headset with a DisplayPort cable.
Why did I buy my Pico? Who wants to buy Pico?
So yes,
I'm actually in
Watch-
the mood to
Speak
buy
by
a
my
new
watch
VR headset as
watch
well.
this space. Watch this space here.
Wow, that's quite an interesting tease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Wow.
least.
Telling you.
Okay.
Telling you.
What is it then?
Can I tell you? It's going to be officially unveiled in 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
cool.
Soon.
Then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yep.
No,
Exciting
it really
times.
it is great to
What a
have.
tease.
I think it's
Flowcus.
great to have Vario and Pimax
Not HTC.
ahead
Not
together
HTC.
versus each other because it's going to drive both manufacturers to just get better and better. So it's a good thing. It's like Nvidia and AMD or like Mercedes and BMW or something. It's kind of
Yeah.
like like the
Competition.
fight's on
It's
now.
good.
Let's do this.
Competition is great. It's
Yeah.
great. So yeah, so many things are going to happen. Wow. I'm happy about it. So I'm happy that we're still in this together.
Still lots-
Yeah.
It's a lot to
We
look
still-
forward to. Absolutely, definitely.
Exactly. All right, guys, we're already talking since 2 hours and 16 minutes. I believe it's enough now. Or do you
Yeah.
still have anything to talk about?
I'm trying to think of any question about the crystal I haven't thought
Okay.
of yet.
You still have
It must be something that I must be thinking of. Because once this is finished, be like, damn it, I could have asked that. But no, I'm trying to think because you did cover a lot in your video anyway. To be fair,
you're
in the
right.
live stream.
so watch this.
So did they finally solve the distortion at the
Yeah,
the
no
edges?
distortions. I
Yeah.
didn't see any distortions. Nobody that I talked to afterwards. So do watch on the German channel. Do watch it. The interviews. Today I uploaded so many interviews. I think like 8 or so. So watch them with auto translate. The channel is called MRTV Deutsch, DEUTSCH, and it's
yeah.
German. And
Sehr gut.
yeah, and then you can watch all these interviews where people tell you about their experiences with the Pimax Crystal, and nobody had distortion issues.
That's nice. I'm actually happy, that they went a bit from the huge FOV because I think they
Yeah,
overdid it. Honestly, I think that Valve's FOV is good enough. Really, like this is good enough. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's great, it's amazing, but it's good enough. And we really, if we had more headsets with a vertical and horizontal FOV of Valve index, that would really be enough.
Yeah, and that's the
At least for
crystal.
some people.
So
Yeah,
it's,
exactly. And
I think it's
smart.
a smart move. I really like
Yeah,
this.
totally.
I really like this. So Pimax again, solve that issue, send that device to me, and I'll be super happy, and many other people as well. So
Yeah.
yes,
Awesome.
yep,
Yeah, I'm just trying to think as well. Like,
yeah.
the battery in the back, that the wire, it goes over the
It
head
goes
strap,
over the
doesn't it?
head strap. Yeah.
I'm
So
not-
you
I
basically
think that's the only thing I'm not sure about. Like, I'm not sure if I
Okay.
want a wire going over my head. I'd rather have it in the actual head strap. That's what most of the headsets.
okay.
But I'm trying
Right.
to be, I'm being picky there. I mean, it's no big deal, I suppose. But I don't know if I like that or not. But was it a pain because you had obviously the head strap and the battery wire going over your head? Could you feel it? Was it annoying?
No, it didn't annoy me at all.
No? Okay, cool.
Not at all. I didn't feel the battery wire. It didn't really touch my head. It probably touched the other head strap, this kind of rubbery thing, which was installed as a middle head strap. But no,
That's just a prototype anyway. It's going to be changed anyway.
exactly. They said like this is probably not the final design. So therefore, yep, we have to wait for it. I just hope it doesn't take too long. So now they said it's going to probably be January, but somehow I
No one
don't
believes
believe
it.
it.
No.
I'm sorry, Pimax, but I really don't believe it because, yeah,
There's a lot
the
of problems.
controllers were not ready. Yeah, so this is a huge problem.
Yeah.
I just don't think it could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that it was just everything's just a little bit too soon, isn't it? Like perhaps the roadshow could have been early next year and then ready for release by the spring, late spring, and then everything would be ready hopefully by then. But I don't know. You never know what kind of version they're already on in terms of sort of pre-production. But I'm hoping the ones that were on the roadshow, perhaps already there's some that are even higher than that in terms of their production level or engineering that's gone into it. But
When has Pimax ever met a deadline? That's a good question.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very good question.
Also, I think like where's the rush? What's other headset that they have to
that's
compete against?
so true. That's so true. Let's just take another year to do it.
Well, not
No,
another year,
not
but
another
no,
year.
like
no.
6 months. Like what's gonna
Yeah, but
come out in
then-
the next 6 months?
Make the build quality better, make the software
Exactly, yeah.
completely solid. And even in a year's time, nothing is going to compete against this.
Exactly.
Yeah, well.
That we know of.
who
That we
knows?
know of.
Yeah.
I know
Maybe Sebastian
everyone's
knows
going to
more.
disagree with me on that one though, because obviously we
who
want
knows?
it now. But do you really want it now if it's buggy? Would you rather have it
Exactly.
in 6 months to
No,
a year and have it perfect?
Yeah, I would have it even with a software that is not perfect, but solving that optic issue, right? So that's what I want. I want them to solve the optical issue that we saw there, and I want to hear more from them. What causes this problem? So yeah, let's see. But this might be great. Yeah. Oh wow, so many cool headsets coming. Yes, VR is alive and kicking.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions, or is it that?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but I'm sure.
Steve, maybe
there's
you'll meet.
something.
Maybe you'll meet Paradise Decay and
I
Gary
missed-
in Leicester.
I've missed that one. What's that?
Paradise Decay said that he's meeting Gary in Leicester on the Retro Computer Museum.
Oh, cool. Oh, when is that? Because I do have a gig
Next
next
Saturday.
That's
Next
the only thing I am
Saturday.
gigging next Saturday, but I'm really close to Leicester.
Okay.
So I would love to meet you guys. I really would. That'd be great.
So I'm
yeah.
glad I caught it. I thought you didn't notice it. Because,
Thank you. No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't
I thought
have
it'd be
to
interesting
commenting on.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Hopefully you meet.
Steve
If you
says
do, say hi
boogie
to
like
say to
boogie.
Gary, because Gary has a great podcast, Recentered. I've already been a
Right.
guest twice there, or
Okay,
maybe
cool.
once. I don't remember, but I've been a guest there. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Very-
the best
very good
greetings to
podcast.
Gary and
Yeah,
PD and all the people who are watching and listening to this
Yeah.
podcast now. Yep, I believe that's it. That's it for season 3, episode 8 of the Next Dimension podcast. I would like to say thank you to Simplex and your Flight Sim guy for being
Pleasure.
on the show. It was great.
great
Like
pleasure.
like always,
Great
it was a pleasure, and I do hope that all the people who watched it right now enjoyed it too. So if yes, give it a thumbs up now. You 185 people, give it a thumbs up now. And also, please do leave a comment. What are your thoughts about the Pimax Crystal? Is it something that you would like to pick up? Please do leave that in the comment section, and that's great for the algorithm so more people can find us. Also, if you enjoy this podcast and if you think like, wow, Next Dimension Podcast is one of the best podcasts out there, please do leave a 5-star review on iTunes. So get out your iPhone or iPad, open the podcast app, and, well, find us and give us a 5-star review. That would really be the best way to say thank you for us to sit here nearly every Saturday and give you the rundown of everything VR. That's everything that we get for this week. We look forward to see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Yes, great. Great to speak with both of you again
Yeah.
after quite a while.
Thanks.
Oh, it's
Sebastian.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure. It's been a while since I've been on the show, and I always love talking about VR. And
Yeah.
it's funny. I said to you, Seb,
Every week
let's
I'm
have a-
waiting for this email. You know, every week I'm checking my email. Is Sebastian
Really?
writing to me this week?
Okay,
Every
cool.
week.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to speak with both of you.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking, Simplex, the last time we was on the show
Yeah.
together, it must have
Yeah.
been like 2 years ago. It must have been easily.
Probably.
Yeah, so, but it doesn't feel like it now, though, does it? You know, it's
Right,
I love it.
exactly.
It's great.
Doesn't feel like this at all. Yeah. So you guys think that it was a bad idea for Pimax to do the roadshow? Because
No, not
Steve,
at
you
all.
said
No,
like,
it's
oh,
a
it's too
great idea.
early. It's a
No,
good idea.
I think it's been a success for them, absolutely. Especially the live stream. They came across so genuine, so passionate and
That was
real.
fantastic.
I thought Josh, I actually didn't realize he worked for Pimax. I just thought he was some kind of actor or something, you know.
I thought so
or even
too.
some CGI guy. I said, was he actually a real person? But
I
came
really
across
exactly
fantastic
Yeah.
and really knowledgeable as well. And so did
Yeah,
Martin.
it's great
It's
that
Martin,
they
isn't it?
actually hired
Both.
people from Europe and the States, because Chinese people have very hard English accent. It's really hard to understand them. I mean, some of them, really. I mean, that happens. I mean, I
Yeah.
think the Chinese accent is really hard to understand. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my impression, and it really, it's completely. If you're in Europe and someone speaks to you in a good accent, it changes like your mind, even if you don't want to be, like, what's the word, like biased, right? Immediately you hear someone speaking very hard English accent, you can understand him. You think that guy is not, knowledgeable.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's
It's
he's
unfair.
shady.
Yeah.
Really, like that's your brain working.
Do I sound shady to you?
No.
Like, German
I
accent?
mean,
I
no,
will
because you
have
have
to
very
do
good
these.
accent. No,
That's for
because
sure.
no, I mean like a really, really hard accent.
Yeah, right.
I also
know.
work with Chinese people in the company I work with, and it's always really hard.
And they
to
sound
understand
kind
them.
of shady to you.
Josh is
No.
not a VR creation. No, he's real.
But I
Maybe
know,
it came
I
off
know,
wrong, but I hope you
I
understand what
know.
I meant.
No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You would probably discount this person just for his accent, even though he's
Exactly.
brilliant.
And yeah, this happened to me actually, because I had a much worse accent many years ago, and I had this happen to me, that I spoke something that made sense, but because of the accent, it was like this discarded. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I was also happy to meet Josh from the Pimax videos, because just like Steve, I thought like, okay, they hired themselves like a cool dude who will just
Exactly.
like say those
Yeah.
The voice.
things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
voice.
Just like this confident
Actor.
guy who's an actor and who would make those videos. And yeah, I was so glad to meet him in reality. It's like, wow, I have seen you in the videos. And it was just so cool to see that he is like real and he's really like on the Pimax team, and he's like super motivated, and he was doing such a great job here when he was here in the headquarters, like talking to people and explaining everything to them, like a complete enthusiast, and like he did such a great job. And yeah, just like you said, Steve, also in the stream,
Yeah.
they did a great job. Yeah, so again, greetings to all of the Pimax team. This has been great. And help Pimax to get more credibility, in my opinion, because they were down to earth, right? And it was good. Yep. Anyways, let's call it a day for today.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Great show.
As
Thanks.
always.
Yeah, as always. Thanks. And yeah, looking forward to see everyone in the next stream. Until then, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.